Green, KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. Area high school basketball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the court for high school basketball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Well, it's night 5 here from the Montgomery County Invitational Tournament. Marianne Everhart in with you this evening. We've got 2 games for you going on. It is the Clopton Lady Hawks, the number 4 seed, taking on the number 3 seed Mexico Lady Bulldogs in the Consolation game. We'll follow that by another great EMO conference matchup as the number 4 seed Clopton Hawks take on number 6 Bowling Green Bobcats for the Consolation Trophy as well. In the middle school gym right now, the Bowling Green Lady Bobcats are working on trying to grab some 7th place hardware this evening as they take on Fulton. We'll try and get some updates from over in the other gym for you as we move along. So lots of basketball going on for you tonight. In case you missed it, for those who are watching and wondering, it looks like Blair Oaks did pull out and get the win over Lamar in the state Class 2 football game that was going on today. That was sent to me from someone else. I have not had a chance to double check that, but I do believe they ended up picking up the win. So for those who might be wondering how that turned out, you know that Bowling Green did unfortunately fall to the state champions. But tonight we're going to see those players back in action tonight on the hardwood. We had some fun with them last night. Lots of dunks were thrown down by the Bobcats. Lots of three-point shots were underway. But we're going to break down the ladies' game for you first as the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show is next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Meyer Implement Company, Craig Bowen, CPA, and Kevin Hooper of Krause Real Estate.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, Infant through Adult Immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, let's tell you how each of the teams ended up here in the consolation game here on this Friday evening. So, let's start with Clopton. Man, they had a tough first game against number 5 New Haven, and it was a game that Clopton got up by as many as 13. But then late in the ball game, a Loggerman that happens to play for New Haven started to come alive late in the fourth, and we've talked about it all week. Kind of does what the Loggermans have been known to do over the years, especially Ashton in recent times, where they put her in the high post area, they lob the ball down to her. There's nobody that can really face off against her because she has such height and power, and the shots that she was missing early on in the game, she was starting to drain. So, hats off to New Haven as they had a good game as well. But unfortunately, they came back. They ended up beating Clopton and the very end by 1, so 40-39, and I think that probably was a loss that the Clopton Lady Hawks team as a whole took personally, because they came back and went up against a Bowling Green team that on Monday night, Mark and I, we were, examining the team. We're like, okay, it looks like, they're definitely going to have to work. They're going to have to get to, a certain place in their, hopefully they get all firing on all cylinders by, mid-season or towards the end of season when you want to be playing your best basketball. Well, no, Bowling Green came out on fire on Wednesday night as well, and it was a great early EMO conference matchup between the Hawks and the Bowling Green Bobcats. Some free throws late in the final seconds of the game by senior Madeline Bruni for the Lady Hawks gave them the 2-point lead and ended up being the win as they won 41-39. So Bowling Green came through, had some great looks from the Charltons, the cousins Sid and Kaylin Charlton. They did really well down underneath the basket. Was great with some rebounds. Saw lots of positives from the Lady Bobcats. So I'll be anxious to see if they come away with that 7th place win tonight over Fulton. My guess is they'll walk away with some hardware. That's just me guessing. And Coach Pafford will hopefully pick up his first win as a head coach for the Lady Bobcats. And at Clopton, one of the things we saw on Wednesday night that we didn't see as much of on Monday night was that really in-your-face trap type of defense, one where they were really aggressive. They caused all kinds of turnovers as for the Lady Bobcats when they were in that full trap type mode. We mentioned them early in the season. We talked on Monday. Jasmine Hammett, Brea Smith, Madeline Bruni. You probably can throw in there Campbell Lindsay now. All have very quick hands. Skylar Parker came in and got some too. A lot of those swipes that they're knocking away and getting some turnovers, getting some fast breaks on that. So I'll be anxious to see if we see that again tonight. Now looking out on the court, because they're not listed in on the program as far as height-wise with Mexico, it looks like there's a slight height advantage, not like that they've faced for the last couple of nights, and on Monday night and on Wednesday night. So it could be a little bit more evenly matched, but we'll have to see more how they are speed-wise. We haven't really had a chance to watch Mexico. They've been playing in the opposite gyms as we've been playing. But Mexico had a rough opening Monday night as they fell to number 6 Wellsville Middletown 39-25. So their opening game probably wasn't exactly what they expected, but they came back again on Wednesday night and put up a big win over Fulton 42-29. So that's how the two teams got here. So this is actually a 3-4 matchup. Clopton 4, Mexico 3, where you would normally see this probably in the third place game. Well, playing for third place tomorrow night is New Haven and Wellsville Middletown, and in the championship game tomorrow evening is Montgomery County and Herman. So the consolation side of the bracket being played tonight for both the boys and girls. So again, Clopton, Mexico here in this gym going on, and in the middle school gym right now we have Bowling Green and Fulton. Later this evening, it's boys and the Bowling Green Bobcats and the Clopton Hawks will square off around 7:30 here in this high school gym, while Wellsville and New Haven play in the middle school gym. In the championship side of the bracket tomorrow night, in the third place game for the boys, it's Herman and Montgomery County, and then the championship game, Mexico and Fulton. So lots of great basketball going on still this weekend if you're wanting to head out and watch some basketball around the area. We'll take a quick break here on the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show. We'll be back with your keys to the game for you next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar, LLC, MASH in Louisiana and Bowling Green, and Myrna's Kitchen.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
So keys to the game tonight, especially for the Clopton Lady Hawks, we'll focus on them right now, is going to be composure. You're going to have to keep your composure against this Mexico team. Again, a little bit of a height advantage, nothing too crazy, but you're going to have to keep your composure. Don't get upset because they're probably going to get in your face with their defense. Mexico's known to have a pretty good aggressive team. But Clopton needs to do what Clopton does best, or at least they have for many years at this point, and that is use that trap that they have on their defense. Really try and trap them and push Mexico to create those turnovers, make those turnovers, and then score off those turnovers. One of the things I hope to see tonight that we've kind of talked on a little throughout the week is hopefully they're able to get in there and rebound a little bit better than they have the first two games. I think they're still working on some of that. Of course, we talked about, it's early in the season. What you see now is definitely not what you're going to see in a month at the Clopton Invitational Tournament or at the end of January at the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. So, there's going to be a whole lot of change between these teams from now until the end of the season. So, all of them are using these games. They're picking up these things. They're trying to find out, which people work the best on the court together, what they need to work on, where they need to, move some improvements, do some adjustments. And so, hopefully tonight the rebounding will be something that is focused on. I know that they've got two freshmen that come in off the bench. The Lady Hawks do, and that is Campbell Lindsay and Tinley Spoonster. So we'll look for them to get some more big minutes tonight. They seem to do very well when they come off the bench, give some good minutes to the Hawks. And it's another time you pull Skylar Parker off the bench, Tinley Spoonster, and Campbell Lindsay for sure. Pull them off the bench, and you're not losing anything. It's like it's almost that the bench goes definitely 8 deep for the Hawks. That's not taken away from anybody else that comes off the bench because they still have some very good players that are there. You just have to, they're still figuring out what positions that they're going to be key in at that moment. So, so much talent on the Lady Hawks team. They just have to get all of those working together and in the right spot. So they're still fine-tuning their process here early in the season. For Mexico, they're going to have to, in order to beat Clopton, they're going to have to do just what I talked about. You're going to have to get in there. You're going to have to take away those rebounds. Don't let them have any second chance shots. You're going to have to take care of the basketball and keep Madeline Bruni, Brea Smith, Jasmine Hammett, Campbell Lindsay, their hands away from the basketball. Because if you let them anywhere near you to where they can make a swat at the basketball, they're going to knock it out of your hands. And they're going to force you either to have to inbound it once again or they're going to take it to the other end and probably try and score on you on that fast break. So those are some hints for Mexico, what they're going to have to do, what to watch for. Hopefully both coaches don't make liars out of me this evening. It's been known to happen once or twice. But, I think that those are the keys to the game. As always, you got to make your free throws. I can't speak for Mexico, but I can tell you Clopton and Bowling Green girls both did phenomenal from the free throw line on Wednesday evening. Let's talk a little bit about the Clopton Lady Hawks and how they've done this week. One of the big differences between Monday and Wednesday, in my opinion, is Brea Smith. On Monday, New Haven was able to keep Smith away from the boards. She scored, I believe it was the opening bucket on Monday night, and that was her only 2 points in the first half. She did end the night with 12, but on Wednesday night, she scored early and she scored often. She actually ended up scoring 10 of her 16 points in the first half, and I think that that's probably a big difference for the Lady Hawks. When she's able to get to the board and get points early, that is a confidence booster for them. Now, Tinley Spoonster came in off the bench on Monday night, and she was able to put up 5 points, 6 points in the first half to help them out. But then they figured out and held her scoreless in the second half. Well, Bowling Green kind of followed suit. They allowed her to score in the first half. She had 5, but held her scoreless in the second half. But Madeline Bruni was able to put up a few more points on Wednesday evening than she was on Monday night in the second half. She was able to score just 2 in the first half, where she was driving to 3 in the first half on Monday, and then put up big numbers, more from the free throw line. That's where she was the big key contributor for the Lady Hawks. Shanna Yates got a few more points on Monday evening. She had a couple threes that she was able to knock down the first half. Bowling Green kind of kept her away from that 3-point mark on Wednesday evening, so I'd like to see her get hot from behind that line as well. So, again, Clopton spreading the ball out, doing lots of scoring amongst almost everybody who steps on the court. And I expect to see that again this evening. If you're looking for some positives, since we're talking about games going on right now, over in the other gym, as we talk about Bowling Green, had some big nights from Kaylin Charlton and Grace Dieters on Wednesday evening. They put up 13 points each. Talked about big things with the Charlton cousins. with Sid and Kaylin, and they were big underneath the basket. They were big with rebounds. Those were the things that you're going to look for them in the entire season. They're going to be a factor underneath there. Natalie Hickerson's done a great job coming off the bench as the number 6 man for the Lady Bobcats, and look for that to continue throughout the season, only getting better and better. So lots of positives for both teams tonight as they're playing in their respective gyms. We have the captain's meeting going on right now, so we'll take a break. We'll be back with our starting lineups and opening tip as you're listening to Montgomery County Tournament Action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kelly Crane, RE/MAX Realty Shop agent, Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Keolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Well, right now we're going to have the national anthem, so let's change that. We'll be back with our starting lineups next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank, Bill Allen Auction Services, and DG Firearms.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Bowie General Services of Farber is ready to help you with all your lawn and landscaping needs. Or maybe you are needing firewood. They offer that as well. Bowie General Services is your reliable contractor in Audrain, Pike, and the surrounding counties.
Hi, this is Dalton Bowie. Give us a call today for a free quote on your next project or to schedule lawn maintenance. 573-470-5354. Or visit our Facebook page, Bowie General Services.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
So we are doing these starting lineups right now, starting from Mexico. We've got a guard, a junior, wearing number 1, Jordan Thurman. A guard who's a senior, wearing number 2, Messiah Simpson. A guard who's also a sophomore, wearing number 3, Clara Hudson. We've got a guard senior wearing number 10, Alexis Weiler. and a forward senior wearing number 11, Capriana Fountain. So that's your starting lineups for the Mexico Lady Bulldogs, who are the visitors on the scoreboard. They're in their road gray jerseys, red numbers, and white trim. Starting for the Clopton Lady Hawks, they are starting a 5'7" junior wearing number 11, Brea Smith. A 5'2" junior wearing number 20, Jasmine Hammett. A 5'6" senior wearing number 22, Shanna Yates. A 5'4" senior wearing number 33, Madeline Bruni. And a 5'10" junior wearing number 51, Stacia Talbert. Actually, I think I'll have to look. I think Stacia Talbert's actually a senior. Nope, I was right. She is a junior. I just can't read my own handwriting sometimes. So our starting lineup introductions have been made, and we are ready for high school basketball here on Eagle 102. Again, this is the consolation matchup here at Montgomery County, the 41st annual Montgomery County tournament for the girls. If you're wanting to know who's won the most first place trophies, well, it goes to Mexico, followed by Mexico has 12, Herman has 11. The next one in line, the Clopton Hawks with 5. I haven't sat down and totaled up who has the most trophies altogether, but it would probably be pretty close. So let's see if we can figure out who here is going to be tipping center. We know Stacia Talbert is tipping, and it looks like she is going maybe against Hudson. Clopton is moving from my right to left. We are ready for high school basketball. Ball's up in the air. It looks like it's going to be Mexico controlling the tip. With the ball on, the brings it near side is Weiler. Weiler works it around. She picks up her dribble. She's being guarded closely by Hammett. Hammett not giving her much space. They dish the ball off to Hudson. Right back to Weiler. Near side with it to Fountain. Fountain on the wing. Tries to go down low, and there's the first turnover. Shanna Yates gets the ball, and they take it right back. Long three on the way from Hudson. Her shot, or excuse me, not Hudson. That was that was Hudson, yes. Back near side to Yates. Shots up and good for the Lady Hawks. So Yates. And they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Madeline Bruni, is that she wasn't giving her much room on that inbounds play. So I'm sorry, it's Simpson. I've been calling Hudson. So it's Simpson who's inbounding ball, gets it into Weiler. And there, Bruni comes in about, gets the steal, and there's another turnover. They're going to call a travel on Simpson as the pressure from the Hawks were getting to him as they were trying to force him down the court early. So now Yates will inbound the ball between the scorer's table and Mexico's bench. They get to Bruni. Bruni will bring across the timeline. Looks like some man-to-man defense from the Lady Bulldogs. Finds Smith here on the near wing. She puts the ball on the court, works it around, takes it to the top of the key, over to the far wing at the elbow to Talbert. Talbert looks inside, nothing there. Looks for a cutting Hammett. Hammett back now on the near side, takes in the paint. She runs, shoots over top of everybody. It's nothing there. With the rebound is Fountain, but she's immediately swarmed. They get it off to Simpson. Simpson to Weiler. Weiler brings it into the front court, over to the far wing, now in the far corner with it to Hudson. Down low to Fountain, and then we're going to have another foul. And it's going to go against Shanna Yates. So Mexico will have it under their own basket. Clopton still leads this one 2-0. 6:39 to go here in the first. As Weiler will inbound the basketball over to the far side. Long three on the way. It rims in and out, no good. Ball's loose. With the rebound is Bruni. Bruni takes it, pushes it in the front. She picks it up, kicks it over the far side. It's out of the reach of Smith. So a turnover for the Lady Hawks as they were trying to push a little too much as Mexico's defense came in, applied the pressure. That is Thurman, inbounds. Now back to Weiler. Weiler throws it into the front, over the far side to Fountain. Fountain has a wide open shot to the basket. It's up, no good. Talbot with the rebound. She outlets to Smith. Smith over on the far side, crosses the timeline, brings it in the front court. Over on the far wing, hands it to Bruni between the circles. Bruni getting a little bit of pressure. Waits for Smith over on the far wing. Smith guarded by Weiler. Looks. Now back to Yates. Yates inside to Talbot. Talbot goes up. Her shot's up and good. It's a 4-0 lead for the Clopton Lady Hawks. As the ball's now taken away by the Hawks as Mexico overthrew Weiler. Smith creates some space. Gets the top of the key to Yates. Yates dribbles with the left hand down. Kicks it out to Hammett. Hammett is going to go in and she's going to be fouled. They're going to call that on Messiah Simpson. That is her first, team's first. Coming off the bench is going to be Kirsten, Epperson. Coming in for Simpson. Of course, the Lady Bulldogs are coached by Ed Costley. The Lady Hawks, Devin Streed. Yates with it into Bruni. Bruni into the paint. She goes up. She's fouled. She's headed to the free throw line. That foul is on Fountain. Campbell Lindsay set to check in after the first free throw. First one's on the way, and it's good. So first free throw is good. She'll get a second. Stacia comes out. Tinley came in for Talbert. Bruni's second one's good. Makes it 6-0, and that's who Campbell comes in for. So 6-0 is our score. Clopton leads here in the first. Full court pressure again from the Hawks, and there's a steal on the inbounds pass by Hammett. Gets it to Campbell, to Lindsay, out to Yates. Here comes Brea Smith, and it goes down. It's an 8-point lead, and we got our first timeout. Mexico calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. 8-0 is our score. 5:33 to go here in the first as you're listening to Montgomery County Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon, Lynn's Heritage House, and Clint Bowen Construction.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Mexico gets the ball in. They're working. Get it to Weiler over into the front court. Up front to Epperson down low with it to Fountain back out top. Working around the horn. Weiler with it again. Stops in. Her shot's up, and it's good. And there's the first 2 points for the Mexico Lady Bulldogs. Willer, excuse me. So here comes Lindsay controlling the ball for the Lady Hawks. She working up top against someone quite a bit taller than her, Claire Hudson. Over to Spoonster on the far wing. Spoonster puts the ball on the court, brings it to free throw line up top with it to Hammett. Hammett backs up. She's almost to the center circle. So Hammett dribbling around, no count started. She takes it to the elbow, kicks it out to Yates on the far wing. Yates dribbles with the left hand now up top with it to Lindsay. Lindsay works that weave, dribbles in, sends it out to Smith. Smith over on the far side, dribbles, backs it up, crossover dribble now to Yates. Now on the far corner to Spoonster inside the three-point line's up and good. Tinley Spoonster with another two. It's a 10-2 basketball game. 8's the most Clopton is led by. As Mexico gets the ball in, and there goes Campbell Lindsay as she causes the, well, it didn't get to be a turnover, but again, I talked about those quick hands. And they're in there. Skylar Parker checking in now for Yates as Lindsay got her hands in there and knocked the ball out of bounds. So now Mexico's going to have to inbound from over on the far sideline. They get it into Willer. Willer working against Hammett and Lindsay. Sends it back over to Thurman. Thurman back in the front court now to Willer. Now they finally find Hudson over on the far side. She puts the ball on the court, skips it near side to Willer. Willer working around at the elbow, and she's going to travel. So that's the fourth turnover here this quarter for the Mexico Lady Bulldogs. They're going to meet Clopton at the half-court line. They will inbound the ball in the middle of their own bench. The Lady Hawks will. We are sitting behind the benches and the scorers table here at the high school as Parker has the basketball. Parker looking to avoid the trap they're wanting her to run into. Instead, she pushes it to the far side, picks up her dribble, needs some help, finds Hammett over on the far wing. Hammett brings it back near side to the elbow, dishes it off down low to Spoonster. Spoonster shots up and good. So Tinley Spoonster with a 4, and it's back to a 10-point lead. It's the largest of the night for the Clopton Lady Hawks. The Lady Hawks break up that play as it knocks it out of bounds, so Mexico will have to do it again. They're moving quick tonight. 3:38 to go here in the first. Thurman looking to get it in, get it right back to Thurman. Thurman throws it up. Gets it into Hudson. Hudson gets trapped over on the far side, looks down low to Willer. Willer goes to Thurman. Thurman on the block on the far side. Turnaround shots up. It's no good. But they're fouled, and they're going to call it on Spoonster, I believe. No. They don't have a 1. They called it on Brea Smith. Oh, never mind. Number 1 was the shooter, and that is Thurman, Jordan Thurman. Her first is no good. She'll get a second. 6:26 to go here in this first quarter. Bruni returns for Hammett. Clopton leads this one by 10, 12-2. Jordan Thurman at the free throw line. Second free throw shot's up. It rims in and out. No good. Ball's tipped around, and coming away with it is Spoonster. Spoonster hands it off to Lindsay. Lindsay brings it into the front court, working against the traffic. Over the far side to Parker. Parker tries to throw it in the middle, and it's knocked away into the hands of Mexico. And now Spoonster gets in there. Excuse me. Yeah, that was Tinley Spoonster. Gets in there, ties it up for a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Hawks. 12 to our score, 3:08 to go in the first. Spoonster will inbound the basketball for the Lady Hawks. She looks, gets it right into Bruni. Bruni up top with it to Smith, right back to Spoonster. Spoonster wants a 3, and they're going to call an offensive foul, I think an illegal screen. And that's on Bruni. That'll be her second. So Shanna Yates will come in for her. So Thurman gets the ball into Willer. Willer back to Thurman. Yates not giving her any space. They cut him off. Now get it up. I'm sorry, that was Thurman, now Willer. Willer tries to throw it into Fountain, and that's no good. Out of bounds. It's the 5th turnover here in the first quarter for the Lady Bulldogs. 2:54 to go in the first. 12-2 is our score. Hawks on top. They've led this entire time. Parker taking her time, walking across the timeline. Lady Bulldogs have 2 up front to meet her. She bounce passes right between them to Smith. Now to Yates, right back to Smith. Smith takes it along the baseline. Shots up. It's no good, but Spoonster's there for the putback. It's no good. Willer gets it. And now they throw it up to Hudson. Hudson brings it into the front court. Hudson stops, pops for 3. It's off the back of the rim. No good. With the rebound is Lindsay. Lindsay's going to take it into the front court, throwing us a long pass up to Parker. Parker cross court to Tinley Spoonster. And it's just no good. And with the rebound is number 14, Epperson, that has returned to the ball game. Kirsten Epperson. They're going to say it was out of bounds. Oh, nope. They're calling a foul on Campbell Lindsay. So it looks like Thurman trying to find somebody to throw it into. They don't give her much room. Throw it back to Willer. To Fountain over to the far side to Epperson. Epperson gets down the block, and she travels. A pressure of Clopton's footsteps coming after you. So here comes Parker. So Lindsay back to Parker. Working up by that timeline over to the far side now with it to Yates. Yates, long 3 is money! Shanna Yates with the tray. And it's a 15-2 basketball game. Long pass up, and it's going to be taken away, as that's the 7th turnover for the Lady Bulldogs. Spoonster with it. Brings it in the front court. Kicks over the far corner to Smith. Back up to Spoonster. Round the horn we go to Lindsay. Now with it off Parker. Parker looks inside. Nothing there. She's going to wait. Reset the offense a little bit. Finds Yates. Yates wants another 3. This one's off the mark. It's Spoonster with the rebound on the far side. Needs some help. Finds it from Parker. Parker now to Smith. Smith in the paint. Works around. She goes up. Saves it from going out of bounds. Bounce pass over to the far side, but it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch in there by Hudson. So Smith comes out of the basketball game. Let's see if I can figure out who came in. Looks like back in is maybe Jasmine Hammett. So they get it into Yates. Yates, free throw line near side with it now to Lindsay. Lindsay wants in on the scoring action. She gets it. Campbell Lindsay with a 2. Mexico pushes it into the front, and they try to save it from going out of bounds. That is Kinsey Taylor. And they can't save it. Another turnover back to the Hawks. Looks like Addison Himes checking in now for the Bulldogs. 17-2 is our score. It's a 15-point lead for the Hawks. Spoonster with the ball. Brings it near side to Lindsay. Lindsay avoids the trap by getting it to Spoonster. That was Parker. Now it's a takeaway. With the basketball is Thurman, needing some help. Gets it from Hudson, right back to Thurman, into the front court. Near side with it to Willer. Down low, takes it to the holes, up and good. That was Thurman with 2. She's got 2 of the 4 for the Lady Bulldogs. Hawks with it on the near side to Yates. Yates shots up, it's no good. Follows her shot, it's going to go out of bounds. This is touched last by Mexico. Looks like Stacia Talbert set to return. Going to give Yates a breather. 17-4 is our score. 24 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So Spoonster wants to get it right into Talbert, and it's tied up, and we're going to have jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Mexico. Full court pressure from the Lady Hawks. Looks like a man-to-man defense still. So they throw it into Willer. Willer brings it into the front court. Down low. That is to Heim. Her shot's blocked, and Spoonster takes it away. 9th turnover in the quarter for the Lady Bulldogs. With it now is Lindsay over on the far side. She brings it Parker, near side in the corner. Is Spoonster. She stops, pops for 2 more, and it's good. Tinley Spoonster with 6 on the night, and that's how the first quarter ends. The Clopton Hawks lead Mexico 19-4. We've got second quarter action coming your way next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Alicia Koenig, owner-broker of RE/MAX Realty Shop, Sun Window Company, and Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Representative.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. The crew and I at Mid-America are qualified to do everything from preventative maintenance to engine repair, state inspections, run diagnostics, and more. We also sell used vehicles. Check out our lot or visit our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com. Remember, if you find yourself stuck on the side of the road, just give us a call. We offer 24-hour towing and roadside assistance. Mid-America Auto and Towing, where quality work and customer service is our top priority. Just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and KJFM Eagle 102.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, they inbound the basketball. The Clopton Lady Hawks do, and are fouled by Claire Hudson, her first, team's third. 19-4 is our score here as we start the second. Get into Yates. Yates up top with the basketball. Top of the key, dribbles with the left hand, brings it to the near side, works around on the wing, now dishes it off to Bruni. Another 3 is a down for Shanna Yates. Give her 8, and it's a 22-4 basketball game, and immediately a jump ball, so another turnover for Mexico. Or excuse me. Nope, it's Mexico's ball, sorry. So Mexico will inbound the basketball, and immediately Brea Smith comes up and knocks the ball out of bounds. We mentioned that you're going to have to watch the quick hands of these young Lady Hawks. They get it right in. That time to Taylor. Taylor throws it up to Willer. Willer down low, and there's a trip as Brea Smith's going to get tangled up with Heim. And that should be her second, I believe. Maybe they're not going to call it. Yep, no, it's her first, sorry. And there's the 5-second call. Oh, no, they're going to say Kenzie Taylor had a foul away from the ball. 22-4 is our score. 7:26 to go here in the second quarter. Madeline Bruni brings the ball up for the Lady Hawks. She stops in the circle, works against this defense. It looks like a zone defense possibly from Mexico now. Gets it to Smith. Smith finds a hole, takes it to the house. Oh, it's no good. It hangs on the rim for just a second, then falls off the side. Working against that ball is Hudson, trying to get away from Bruni. So they throw it over, and now driving that lane is Simpson. Back up top with it to Thurlman. Thurlman tries to go. She trips up, and then taken away as the basketball is Yates, and we're going to have a foul the other way. And they're going to call that on Thurlman. 22-4 is our score. Clopton leads. 6:49 to go, entering the basketball game. All right. I'll have to hear her name again. She's number 12, and Bruni travels. That's the first turnover here in the second half for the Hawks. I didn't have a number 12 on my roster for Mexico. So we'll see who that is as we move along. So Mexico inbounds it on their half the court. With it is Simpson. Simpson gets it to Hudson. Hudson in the paint. Her shot's up. It rolls around. It falls good. Clopton brings it back the other direction. Goes out of bounds as it is swatted away by Mexico. So Clopton will inbound it again over on the far side. From the free throw line extended in their half the court. Yates smacks the ball. She's guarded by Simpson. Bounce pass into Smith. Smith looks right back up to Yates. Yates has a pair of threes. She said this time she puts the ball in the court, goes to the other side, shots up. Oh, it's no good. And it's tied up underneath. No, that comes away with it is Hammett. Hammett gets it to Bruni. Bruni shots up and good. Count the bucket and the foul. So Madeline Bruni with the 2 and the and 1. Jones is the last name of number 12. That was her first foul. Free throw shot. Misses everything for Bruni. So Mexico will inbound it. And it looks like Skylar Parker will re-enter the ball game. Who's she going to give a breather to? To Bruni. Get the ball right in to Simpson. Back to Thurlman. Thurlman working against Parker and Yates in the backcourt. Crosses into the front court. Takes it over the far wing. Hands it off to Hudson. Hudson into the paint. Is knocked away, but into the hands of Thurlman. Thurlman runs in some trouble. Loses the basketball. And picked up by Hudson. Hudson dishes it off to Jones, and Jones is going to be fouled by Hammett. So her first, but it's a 1-and-1. And Spoonster will return. Jones will go to the free throw line where she'll get a chance to shoot 2. It looks. Free throw shot on the way is good. Makes it 24-7. She'll get a second. Dribbles the basketball, shot up on the way, and it's also money. Lady Bulldogs doing nicely from the free throw line. 24-8 is our score, 5:53 to go here in the first half. Parker is going to draw another foul, and she's going to go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. So second, I can't tell if he's saying Joes or Jones. We'll catch that at halftime. We'll see if we can get somebody to clarify that for us. Lindsay comes in now for Talbert. As Skylar Parker stands at the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 24-8 is our score, 5:50 to go in the half. It's been all Hawks here this first half. Free throws off the mark with the rebound is Mexico. Simpson has it, brings it near sides to Willer. Willer back to Simpson. Simpson tries to get away from again. It's taken away by Parker. Parker cross court to Hammett. Or excuse me, that was to Lindsay. Lindsay's fouled on the shot, so she's going to get to shoot 2. So Willer with her first, team's 8th. Campbell Lindsay at the free throw line. First free throw shot is up. Rims in and out, no good. She'll get a second. So the Hawks wait as Lindsay dribbles again. Shot up. On the way, goes around the world a couple times and falls off to the side. And on the rebound, Simpson is too close to that baseline. She steps out. So stay with Clopton. Coach Devin Street wants to take a timeout. We'll do the same. 5:35 to go here in the first half. Clopton leads Mexico 24-8 as you're listening to Montgomery County Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Miller Ag Services, Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and Southside.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
24-28 is our score. Hawks lead this one. 16 is the largest lead of the night for them. Parker with it on the inbounds. She's in the near corner, dishes it off to Smith. Smith on the near wing right in the middle of Mexico's bench from the line extended. Up to Spoonster. She wants a three, and she nails it. Tinley Spoonster with the tray. And there's another takeaway by the Hawks. And we're going to have a jump ball. So it'll stay with Clopton. So Spoonster will inbound the ball 27-8, 5:17 to go in the half. Spoonster gets it right into Parker. Parker back up top to Hammett. Hammett swings it far wing to Smith. Smith puts the ball on the court. She works it around, tells Lindsay to move, wants to hit her in transition. Instead, hits Spoonster for another three. It's off the rim, hits the backboard, no good. Ball's loose. And coming away with it looks like it's going to be Fountain. Fountain kicks it out to Jones. Jones brings it across the timeline, but she's immediately back to Fountain. Fountain hits Hine. Or excuse me, Taylor. Taylor shots up. It's no good. With the rebound is Bruni. Bruni looks, changes direction, hands it off to Spoonster. Spoonster will bring it across the timeline. She takes it to the free throw line, steps inside the three. It's rims in and out. No good. With the rebound is Mexico. Thurman has it now for the Lady Dogs. And Lindsay's going to get a little reach-in foul there, as she was trying to swat the ball away. Instead, she got the top of Thurman's hands. Little mass sub coming in here as Lauren Blackwell, Shanna Yates, and Madeline Bruni come in for Parker, Lindsay, and Hammett. Thurman's going to shoot 1-1, as that's the 8th team foul. And it looks like Hudson will come in for her once if she makes her free throws. 4:37 to go here in the half. First free throw shot's up. It's no good. With the rebound is Taylor. Her putback's up and good. So here comes the Hawks the other direction. Bruni with it now. Top of the key. Brings it near corner. Long three on the way from Smith. It's no good. Yates with the rebound. Kicks it back out to Yates. However, it's taken away by Willer. Willer brings it into the front court. Works it down on the near block, and she's going to be fouled, looks like by Yates. And that's who they do call it on. So it's Shanna Yates' second foul, and it's going to send Weiler back to her first trip to the free throw line for a 1-1. Kylie Burnett and Claire Hudson checking the basketball game for Taylor and Thurman. Burnett wears number 24 for the Lady Dogs. As Willer's first free throw shot's on the way, and it's good. Makes it 27-11. She'll get a second. She dribbles the ball, spins it, dribbles a little bit more. Shot up on the way, nice high arc, and it's good. So Willer with 2 free throws makes it 27-12 here in the second. 4:08 to go in the half. Bruni, crossover dribble, takes in the paint. She works amongst everybody. Shots up, it's no good, but guess who's headed back to the free throw line? Bruni is 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. She'll get the first. First one's up off the back of the rim. No good. My jinx continues. Second free throw shot is good. 28-12. With a long pass into the front court. Now cross court to Fountain. It's going to go out of bounds. Nice thought there from the Lady Dogs. Execution portion of it just didn't work out for them. 28-12, 3:55 to go. In the half, I should say. So with the basketball is Bruni. Bruni over to the far side, brings it back near side, hands it off to Smith. Smith at the free throw line. Shots up and good. Brea Smith pushes him to the 30 mark. That's 4 for her tonight. Ball's going to go out of bounds at the half-court line. So with it is Hudson. Hudson into the front court, and she's going to carry the ball. So another turnover for the Lady Bulldogs. We'll have Zach Evans joining us here in a little bit, at least for the boys' game, as he makes his way into the gym, hopefully before too terribly long. So with it is Bruni. Bruni takes it to the far side to Blackwell. It goes between her hands and out of bounds. So Stacia Talbert and Jasmine Hammett come back in for Blackwell and Shayna Yates. So there's a little confusion as who's coming out. Clopton had too many players on the court. So they get it into Willer. Willer back, now near side with it to Hudson. Hudson crosses that timeline, picks up her dribble, goes down low, and that is to Heim. Heim back to Hudson. And that near corner drives the baseline, kicks that to the far side. On the shot, that was Burnett. It's no good. Ball's loose, and we've got a jump ball. Possession arrow stays with the Lady Bulldogs. 30-12 is our score. 3:07 to go here in the first half. Clopton's led the entire game as Willer looks to inbound the inbound. They get it in to Burnett. Burnett shots up. It's no good. And Brea saves it from going out of bounds. Smith does. She gets it to Bruni. Bruni decides to turn on the Jets, pushes it up, throws a long pass up to Talbert. Talbert goes, and she's going to travel. She saw the open rim and the shot, and feet got a little jumpy there, and unfortunately took that extra step. So Mexico gets it in to Hudson. Hudson pushes it into the front, dishes it off over to the far side, back to Hudson. Hudson brings it back near side at the top of the key, looks for some help. He's going to give it to Willer. Willer works it around, takes it to the top of the key, dishes it down low to Jones. Inside to Burnett, shots up and good. Back the other direction we go. Bruni across the timeline, over to the far wing. We're down to 2.5 to go here in the second quarter. Spoonster goes, shots up and good. Tenley Spoonster having a good night tonight for the Lady Hawks in double digits. Hudson brings it back to Willer. Willer working and try to stay away from that trap. And here comes Hammett. Hammett's going to foul. She thought she could get her hand back quick enough before she got caught. And she'll pick up her second foul. And we'll send Willer to the free throw line for 2 as that's the 10th team foul. Willer's done a nice job from the free throw line tonight. She's 2 for 2. First free throw shot is up and good. She remains perfect. 32-15 is our score. 2:13 to go here in the first half. Substitutions coming in as Parker and Lindsay return for Smith and Talbert. Also coming back in is Thurman for the Lady Dogs for Burnett. Willer at the free throw line for the second of 2. She dribbles, spins the ball in her hand, shots up, and it's good. So she remains still perfect from the free throw line and makes it 32-16. Parker with it up front to Lindsay. Lindsay near corner with it to Hammett, back up top to Lindsay. Knocks the ball out of her hands. And with it is Heim. Heim has it stolen from behind, but it's into the hands of Thurman. And we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Hawks. It's a red and black night tonight, folks. We've got Clopton with their black and red trim. We've got the Lady Bulldogs with their gray and red with the white trim. Later tonight, we've got the Clopton Hawks and the Bowling Green Bobcats playing. We'll see if we can find an update on the scoring for the Lady Bobcats at halftime as they're playing in the other gym. So 32-16 is our score, 1:45 to go here in the half. Hawks on top over the far side to Lindsay. Lindsay works it around, gets it back to Spoonster. Spoonster is working against Heim, takes it in. She shoots over top of everybody. Shot's no good, but she's going to the free throw line. It'll be her first trip. That's Himes' first foul. And it's a 10th team foul for the Lady Bulldogs. I jinxed Spoonster last time she was at the free throw line, so we won't talk about it as she dribbles. First one's up, on the way, and good. She extends that lead to 33-16. She'll get a second. 1:38 to go in the half. Hawks have led this entire game by as many as 19. Second free throw shot is also good. Looks like Epperson's returning to the ball game. She's coming in for Jones. Mexico will inbound the ball. That is Burnett. She looks to get it in. Gets it into Hudson. It's knocked away by Parker. Clopton definitely has speed on the court right now, as you've got Parker, Hammett, Lindsay, Spoonster, and Bruni. Well, they get the ball in over the far side. That's to Epperson. Back near side with it is Burnett. Burnett brings it into the front court. And Parker is going to pick up the foul. That'll send Burnett to the free throw line to shoot two. 34-16 is our score. 127 to go here in the half. First free throw shot on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Now Brea Smith will return. She'll come in for Spoonster. So we'll get a second from Burnett from the Lady Bulldogs. Second one on the way. High arcing, nice, and nothing but net. 34-17 is our score. Parker with it over on the far wing, dishes it off to Lindsay. Lindsay brings it to the elbow, finds space, takes it to the hole. It's high off the glass, no good. With the rebound is Thurman. Thurman is surrounded by Lady Hawks. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Clopton, so Mexico will take it the length of the court again. Everybody's in the front court with 1:13 to go in the half. Thurman to trigger it in. Having to work around Parker. She needs somebody to throw a long pass to Heim. Heim brings in the front court. Tries to go across and is taken away by Smith. Smith pushes it into the front court, working against Heim. They try to trap her, and she gets it back up top to Bruni. Back to Smith. Smith over in the far corner. They find Bruni heading to the bucket, and the ball hangs on the near rim. It's no good, falls off, but she's fouled, so she'll go back to the free throw line. Hudson picks up her second foul. Madeline Bruni at the charity stripe to put up two with under a minute to go here in the half. First free throw shot is up and good. Mass subs for Clopton. Everybody but Bruni's coming out as as Yates, Talbert, I believe that's Blackwell returning, and Parker. I thought maybe Parker was already out there. Second free throw shot is also good. There's Spoonster coming in. So for Clopton, that's what we have. We have Parker, Blackwell, Spoonster, Talbert, and Yates. Again, everybody in the front court. Here's it's 36-17 with under a minute to go in the half. Long pass up front. That was by Hudson. She fell, and as she did, the ball went out of bounds. So it'll go back to Clopton. She fell pretty hard, but seems to be okay. Maybe limping just a little bit. Hopefully she'll be able to walk it off and stay active in the ball game. Parker with it now for Lady Hawks. Looks for the screen from Talbert. Takes it in the paint. Works it out. Kicks it to the far side to Spoonster. Spoonster back up top to Yates. Yates with the left hand now near side with it to Blackwell. Blackwell back up top. Long shot on the way. It's off the front of the rim. It comes down in the hands of Thurman. Thurman keeps it herself, brings it into the front court. And she's going to travel. Picked up her dribble to try and stop and pass it. And as she did, she fell. And we got more subs coming back in. Smith, Hammett, and Bruni come in for Parker, Blackwell, and Spoonster. Let's start teasing Coach Stree that she's making these line changes. It's hard on an old girl. So Bruni with it brings it across the timeline. She's guarded by Thurman, brings it back to the near side, dribbles with the left hand, hands it to Yates. Yates now top of the key, spins, takes it to the free throw line, kicks it to Hammett. Hammett on the near side, backs away. And now we've got all kinds of contact, and Bruni chases it into the backcourt. They throw it up, and it's going to throw it right in the hands of Mexico. And as time goes down, that is how this half ends. Clopton goes to the locker room up 36-17. We've got your halftime report for you coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a Taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A Taste of Philly, Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, "The sweetest fruits of life come from serving others." And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Well, here in the gym, it is a 36-17 as we're at half. Clopton leads. They've led this entire ball game. At the end of the first quarter, they were up 19-4, and of course, as I mentioned, right now it's 36-17. Real quick, they just started the second half in the other gym, where Bowling Green is leading Fulton 24-9. So they just started the third quarter over there. We'll try and continue to pass you along some updates. Right now, let's talk about some scoring here for the Hawks. Oops. So, leading the scoring right now is Tinley Spoonster. She has 13 points on the night. We knew that she was doing well. She came in, knocked down some threes, or she has 1 3 and a bunch of field goals, and she's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Following her in scoring is Shannon Yates with 8, Madeline Bruni with 7, Brea Smith with 4, and then Stacia Talbert and Campbell Lindsay each have 2. For the Lady Bulldogs, let's see, they're being led by Alexis Willer. She has 6, followed by Kylie Burnett with 3, and then Jordan Thurman, Claire Hudson. Oh, wait, they finally said Jones' name. It's Kinley. So Claire Hudson, Kinsey Taylor, and Kinley Jones and Jordan Thurman all have 2 for the Lady Bulldogs. I need to double check my numbers. Free throw wise, it's pretty even. Clopton is 7 for 12 from the charity stripe, while Mexico is 7 for 11. So even shooting as far as basketball goes from the charity stripe, and that as far as actually making trips to the free throw line, it's pretty even as well. Nobody in any real foul trouble for Clopton. Smith has 1, Parker has 2, Hammond has 2, Yates has 2, Bruni has 2, and Campbell has 2. Lindsay has 2. Campbell Lindsay. For Mexico, they have even less foul trouble. Kinley Jones has 2, along with Claire Hudson, but then with 1 each is Jordan Thurman, Messiah Simpson, Addison Heim, Alexis Willer, Capriana Fountain, and Kinsey Taylor. So everybody in pretty good shape for the second half, it looks like. Turnover-wise, Mexico's had 17 in the first half to Clopton's 11. So that kind of gives you a little idea. Of course, we mentioned that Clopton's defense was going to be an issue that was going to have to be dealt with by Mexico, and they've definitely lived up to that. Let's take our first break here on the halftime report. We'll come back and recap what's still to come this evening and set up tomorrow night for you as well, as you're listening to the Mexico tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Meyer Implement Company, Craig Bowen, CPA, and Kevin Hooper of Krause Real Estate.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Kearns Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction Company go to work for you.
Northeast Missouri Title Company is proud to serve Louisiana and the surrounding areas. They also believe, much like the area athletes, hard work and dedication are what lead to a winning team. Northeast Missouri Title Company wishes all area athletes the very best this season and hopes to see everyone out supporting their favorite teams with excitement and good sportsmanship. Northeast Missouri Title Company at 4th and Tennessee Streets in Louisiana.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
At half, 3:36 to go in the half. Right now, Clopton leads Mexico 36-17 in the other gym. Fulton is making a little bit of a comeback, and right now Bowling Green still has the lead, 24-18. The second round of action tonight in this gym here in the high school gym will be the Clopton boys taking on the Bowling Green Bobcats for that Consolation trophy. In the other gym, it'll be Wellsville, Middletown, and New Haven facing off for the 7th place trophy. Tomorrow night's championship night, in the first game of the afternoon, it'll be the girls' third place game between New Haven and Wellsville, Middletown, followed by the boys' third place game between Herman and Montgomery County. The two championship games for the girls, it's Montgomery County and Herman, and then Mexico and Fulton. So that sets up tomorrow night's action and rounds out the action as the week is winding down. We'll take our final break on the halftime report. Be back with second half action after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar LLC, MASH in Louisiana and Bowling Green, and Myrna's Kitchen.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
As we get ready for the second half, want to remind you more tournament action coming up next week. That's right, as the Louisiana Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs, along with Mark Twain Tigers and Lady Tigers, are in the Monroe City tournament. You can find those brackets online now at kjfmradio.com. Plus, remember, you can always find a full recap of scores daily by visiting the scoreboard pages at kjfmradio.com as well. Plus, we'll have those full recap scores for you during Eagle 102 Sports. So it's a busy tournament time. Vanfar Indians and Lady Indians will be in the Centralia tournament next week as well. So lots of tournaments opening up the season. So here we again appreciate all the help we've gotten from Montgomery County and been made to feel so welcome over here. We really enjoy coming over and spending the whole week. As always, thank you to the school district and to Adam Falloon and all the administration here at Montgomery. Also, got to throw some love to the hospitality room. We can't say enough about it. They've kept us well fed all week long. Looks like it'll be Mexico's ball to start the second half. 36-17 is our score. Clopton has led this one. Looks like same 5 starters for everyone out there. As Hudson will inbound the basketball at the half-court line. She looks. Gets it into Willer. Willer in the backcourt being guarded by Hammett. Tries to avoid the trap, brings it back near side. Takes it to the free throw line, and she travels. Nice officiating crews here this week as well, so hats off to all those officials who have done a nice job of keeping these games going. As Bruni brings ball across the timeline for the Lady Hawks. She's guarded in there by Thurman, takes it far wing to Smith. Smith puts the ball on the court, takes it to the free throw line, hands it off to Talbert. Talbert behind the arc. Now brings it near side to Bruni. Bruni looks inside as there's still man-to-man defense from the Lady Bulldogs. Bruni drives the lane. Shots up. It's no good. She draws a foul. She's headed back to the free throw line. Simpson was standing there looking to try and stop the drive. It picks up her second foul and sends Bruni to the free throw line as the first one's up on the way. Bruni is good from the charity stripe once again. It's a 20-point lead, largest of the night for the Hawks. 37-17. She gets a second. We haven't even played a full 30 seconds yet. Second one on the way is money as well. Full court pressure again from the Hawks. 38-17 is our score. Mexico breaks the press, gets it into the front court, takes it all the way down to the block extended. Now out to the wing to Willer. Willer in some trouble, gets some help from Simpson behind the arc. She tries to go down low, and it's taken away by Yates. Yates dishes it off to Smith. Smith takes it to the hole, and it's partially blocked, goes out of bounds, but will stay with the Hawks. Parker comes into the game for Smith. 24-20 is the score in the other gym. Bowling Green up by 4 with 2:45 to go in the third. Yates looking to inbound the ball for the Lady Hawks in this one. Gets it in, tries to get it to Bruni, but it's knocked out of bounds by Thurman. Clopton will keep it again on their half the court, along the baseline over on the far side. Yates smacks the basketball, looks, and here comes Bruni. Bruni behind the arc, kicks it back to Yates. Yates wants another three. Rims in and out off the backboard, no good. Chasing down the loose basketball is Thurman. She's in some trouble, gets it to Simpson. Simpson works around to Willer. Willer's going to bring it across the timeline for the Lady Dogs. Over to the far side to Thurman, back to Willer. Willer brings it near side and bounces it off one of the Hawks' legs, and they immediately call it jump ball. Arrow favors the Lady Hawks. So Willer and Hudson provide a little bit of pressure. No, never mind. We're going to retreat now into the backcourt. As Parker brings it across the timeline, brings it to the near side. Works, hands it off to Bruni. Bruni at the elbow, weaves, turns into the paint. Back to Parker behind the arc. At the head of Clopton's bench, finds Yates. Yates just inside the three-point line, and it's off the back of the rim. No good. Comes down in the hands of Bruni. We're going to have a foul, and I believe that's going to go against Fountain. Nope, check that. That is on Hudson. So Hudson with her third, as Yates will now inbound the basketball on the near side along the baseline. She smacks the ball, gets it right into Talbert. Talbert looks and tries to feed it to Parker, and a little miscommunication there, and they're chasing the back, and that's Hammett that gets it. Back to Parker. Parker to Yates. Back to Bruni. Bruni into the paint. She goes up. Her shot's no good, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fountain. So with the basketball is the Hawks still, as Yates smacks it. She looks, lobs it up to Parker. Back to Yates. Yates back in the middle of Clopton's bench, looks for the three. It goes over everything. Willer saves it and gets it back in to Herman and back to Willer. Willer throws it up to Hudson. Hudson, long three, and it's good. So Hudson with a tray. That's the first three from the Bulldogs this evening. Makes it 38-20. Over on the far wing with it is Bruni. Bruni looks now to Talbert. Talbert, top of the key, working against Fountain. Brings it near side to Parker. Parker down low to Yates. Yates spins. She goes up amongst the trees. It rolls around, takes a couple trips around the wall and falls good. So it's back to a 20-point lead. And that's Yates' first points of the second half. She's now in double digits. Willer with it to Simpson. Simpson throws it up to Thurman. Thurman brings it cross court to Hudson. Hudson looks for another three. Rims in and out. Simpson with the rebound. Her putback's up. It's no good. Now Fountain has it. It's high. Simpson gets it again. She's going to be fouled. Simpson will make a trip to the free throw line. Madeline Burney picks up her third of the evening. As Simpson heads to the charity stripe, she'll get 2. It's a 20-point lead for the Hawks with 5:09 to go in the third. First free throw shot is up and good from Simpson. Tinley Spoonster, Brea Smith, and Campbell Lindsay in for Shanna Yates, Stacia Talbert, and Madeline Burney. Simpson's second free throw shot's on the way, and it's also good. So she's perfect from the charity stripe. Jones will check in for her now. Clopton will take it the length of the court. Mexico's put a little pressure on. They get it right into Parker. Parker works, brings it to the near side, pushes it into the front court. Over to Smith, now to Hammett. Hammett pulls up for the shot, off the back of the rim. Everybody follows the shot. Spoonster gets it, and they're going to call a jump ball. The possession arrow will favor Mexico. Great work by both teams underneath the basket, being aggressive, going after that basketball. Thurman looks to get it in. Gets it into Willer. Willer works against this defense of the Hawks. Bounce pass over to the far side of Thurman. Now Hudson has it on the far wing. She holds the ball high, being guarded by Smith. Takes it long line into the paint to Fountain. Fountain takes it to the hole. She's fouled. She'll go and shoot 2, and that'll be on Lindsay. That's her third. As Capriana Fountain heads to the charity stripe. First free throw shot is up and off the mark. As time winds down in the third, Bowling Green still has the lead over Fulton, 26-23, with 6 ticks to go in the third. So it's a 3-point lead for the Lady Cats. It's an 18-point lead here for the Hawks. They wave off as she crossed the line. So 40-22 it remains. Lady Hawks basketball, 4:42 to go in the third. Lindsay gets it into Parker. Parker works her way around the defense, gets it to Lindsay. Lindsay brings it in the front court, now near side with it to Spoonster. Spoonster back up top with it to Parker. Parker works it inside into the paint, tries to get it into Spoonster. It's taken away. And then it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by, I believe, Mexico. Look at Jasmine Hammett jump up on that stage like it's nothing. So Clopton will inbound it along the baseline on the far side with 4:23 to go in the third. Spoonster looks, gets it into Smith. Smith works it around. She goes up. Her shot's blocked. No foul called. And Willer gets it. Willer's in some trouble. She hands it to Hudson. Hudson's still in some trouble. They need to spread out, and they finally throw it in the front court. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Mexico. So turnover for the Bulldogs. Gets it back to the Lady Hawks. They'll inbound it in the middle of Mexico's bench. 4:09 to go in third. 40-22 is our score. Hawks on top. Parker saves the ball after having a little bit of trouble. Gets it to Smith. Smith throws it up to Lindsay, and Lindsay's going to travel. She went to stop to pass and got a little bunny hop in there. They called her on the travel. Throw them into Willer. Willer to Hudson. Hudson brings it across the timeline. Throws it up to Jones. Jones tries to shoot over top of everybody, and Spoonster's going to be called on the foul, and that'll be, is that her first? That's what I've got. This is Jones back to the free throw line. 3:54 to go here in the third. First free throw shot's off the front of the rim. She'll get a second. Hammett and Parker come out as Yates and Bruni check back in. Fountain takes a breather as Taylor returns for the Lady Bulldogs. Jones at the charity stripe. That was the first one she's missed, and she makes it up on the second one. We got a timeout on the court. Mexico wants to talk to his Lady Dogs. We'll hear from some of our sponsors. 40-23 is our score with 3:54 left to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Montgomery County Tournament Action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kelly Crane, RE/MAX Realty Shop agent, Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Tim Jenkins, Keolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Clopton inbounds the ball with 3:54 to go here in the third. Up 40-23. Lindsay with the basketball. She pushes it in the front court past everybody. They've got the numbers. Kicks out to Smith. Smith down low to Spooster. Back out to Bruni. Bruni over to Smith again. Little triangle going on there, and Smith takes it to the hole. She has a jumper from out front and makes it 42-23. Back to a 19-point lead for the Lady Hawks. Over to the far wing with it to Heim, who's in the ball game. Gets it down low to Thurman. Thurman trying to create some space. Shots up. It's no good. Coming in for the rebound was Burnett. Excuse me, not Burnett. That is Taylor. She is fouled by Spoonster. That'll be her second. Send Burnett to the free throw line to shoot two. 42-23. Make it 24 as Burnett drops her first one. She'll get a second. Hawks on top. 3:24 to go here in the third quarter. Second one on the way. Rims in and out. Ball's loose. Chasing it out of bounds. Last touch by Smith, so it'll stay with Mexico. In the middle school gym, 6:53 to go in the ball game. Bowling Green on top by 6, 31-25. So Bowling Green trying to hold on and take home some hardware. As Coach Pafford hopefully picks up his first win of the season. Ball is thrown away by Mexico. Spooster picks it up. Long pass up to Lindsay. Lindsay in some trouble, finds Bruni, and it's taken away. And ball's loose again. It's going to go out of bounds. Say last touch by Mexico, so it'll stay with Clopton. Bowling Green boys coming out to get a little bit of view as Bowling Green and Clopton boys play next here in this high school gym. 42-24, 3:06 to go here in the third. Spoonster gets it into Yates. Yates swings it to Bruni. Bruni puts the ball on the court. Back out to Yates. Yates moves it around, now hands it to Smith. Smith, top of the key, puts the ball on the court. Needs some help from Lindsay. Gets it, takes it into the paint. Kicks it out to Bruni from the block extended. Shots up, it's no good. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Willer. So it'll stay with Clopton under their own basket with 2:45 to go in the third. Spoonster to inbound the basketball. Gets it right into Yates. Oh, it's taken away by Thurman. So that's the fifth turnover this quarter for the Lady Hawks as Thurman's able to bounce it off Yates' leg to go out of bounds. Willer with it, gets it back to Thurman. Thurman met at the half-court line, goes back to Willer. Willer brings it across, finds down low all alone underneath the basket. That is Epperson. She gets two. Bruni brings this one into the front court. Works it in the near corner to Spoonster. Spoonster into the paint. Kicks out to Lindsay. Lindsay near side with it to Smith. Smith gives a little bit of a fake. Now takes it to the paint. Kicks it back out to Bruni. Bruni works it around, and she's going to be fouled. Looks like that's going to go against Taylor. Only the third team foul for the Lady Bulldogs here in this half. They've done a nice job staying off the foul radar. Yates looks. Throw it into Smith. Smith gives a fake, takes in the paint, goes up. Shots blocked. So Clopton will have it under their basket once again. Looks like Hammett, Parker, and Talbot return. They're going to come in for Yates, Spoonster, and Lindsay. So now it'll be Smith inbound. They work, get it into Parker. Parker puts the ball on the court, brings it near side to Bruni. Bruni still behind the arc. Now Parker top of the key. Parker bounces the ball a little bit, waits for offense to move, brings it back near side to Bruni. Bruni swings it to Smith. Smith at the elbow, stops, pulls up. Her jumper is up and good. Brea's got 8 total, 4 in the first and 4 here in the third. Mexico playing keep away, not even putting the ball on the court until they get to Burnett in the front court. Shooting over top of everybody was Epperson. It's no good. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Hawks. 44-26 is our score. 1:36 to go here in the third. As Willer will inbound the basketball, she looks, gets it into Epperson. Epperson's up, and it's good. So Epperson with another 2. She has 4 here in the third. 44-28. With it is Parker. Parker brings it near side to Bruni. Bruni looks for a 3. She wants it. It's off the rim. Nothing there. Chasing down the basketball, sitting on it is Parker and I believe as Taylor. Jump ball stays with the Lady Hawks. Nice job by both ladies getting on the ground, going after that loose basketball. We got sub coming in. Jones is going to return as Bruni's going to inbound. She's coming in for Taylor. So Bruni will inbound as the rest of the Hawks line up in a box around the paint. She tells everybody to go. They get it right into Smith. Smith stops, in some trouble, back out to Hammett. Hammett swings it to Parker. Parker stops, pops. Shots off the mark. It's no good. With the rebound is Epperson. Epperson throws it out to Jones. Jones gets it to Heim in the front court. Heim works it around and holds it over the far side. Finds Jones. Jones back to Willer. Willer over on the far wing working against Parker. Takes it to the free throw line. Kicks it to Heim on the near side. Heim finds some space. Her shot's up. It's no good. Talbert with the rebound. She kicks it to Bruni. Bruni's going to push it into the front court. Goes cross court to Hammett. Hammett shot's up, but it's blocked. That was blocked in there by Willer. Clopton will keep it under their own basket. Bruni calls out number 1 to her Lady Hawks. Looks. Gets it into Talbert in the paint through her hands. No, Smith takes it to the hole. She saves it and adds 2 points. Brea Smith now in double digits. Makes it 46-28 with 30 seconds to go here in the third. And Mexico tries to throw it down low to Epperson, but it's just out of her reach for another turnover. So Parker again will run the point for the Lady Hawks as she brings it into the front court where she's picked up by Heim. Brings it to the near side, hands it off to Bruni. Bruni at the elbow, spins around, finds Smith. Smith is going to be fouled, I believe, by Thurman. It is. It was just an oopsie-daisy foul. I mentioned team's 4th. They're going to bring it out on the baseline. Looks like returning is going to be Kylie Burnett for the Lady Bulldogs as Jasmine Hammett will inbound the basketball for the Lady Hawks. Hammett smacks the basketball and waits for her offense to move. And they're getting in somebody. They find Parker. Parker takes it to the top of the key. Brings it back near side. Goes cross court to Stacia Talbert. A great give and go there. And Talbert has 4 on the night. Back to a 20-point lead with 4 seconds to go here in the third. 48-28 is our score. 2.8 seconds to go in the third. Willers smacks the basketball. She needs somebody to go. They get it into Thurman, and that is how the quarter ends. Clopton has the lead, 48-28. We have your final quarter of action come up next here from Montgomery County on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank, Bill Allen Auction Services, and DG Firearms.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Role models are more important than ever in today's society. You can serve as a role model for others the next time you display good sportsmanship at a high school athletic event. Good sports are winners and are also vital to preserving our fine sports traditions. So the next time you attend a sporting event, remember to be a good sport and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and Eagle 102.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
With 5 minutes to go in the other gym, Bowling Green leads Fulton 33-27. It's Mexico's ball to start the fourth quarter here. Clopton leads by 20, 48-28. With the basketball is Willer. Willer works, and she's going to travel. So Clopton will now inbound the basketball right here in front of us, in front of the scorer's table. Bernie to inbound the ball. Throws it right into Yates. Yates takes it into the paint. Bounce pass to Talbert. Talbert needed some space. Kicks it back out to Smith. Smith on the far wing, dribbles with the right hand, brings it back between the circles. They're going to reset this offense. She hands it back to Bruni. Bruni takes it over to the far wing. She's going to hand it to Smith. Smith into the paint to Yates. Yates over on the far block, down low to Talbert, and no foul call. They're going to an inadvertent whistle, so they have to call it a jump ball, and it'll be Clopton's ball. So, with it is Yates. Now on the near side with it to Bernie. To Hammett. Hammett takes it to Smith. Smith looks. She waits, backs it up. I'm going to reset the offense. Crossover dribble, takes it to the far elbow. Now to Yates. Yates brings it back top of the key. Yates looks. Looks like they're going to try and kill some clock here in the fourth quarter. Up by 20. Almost killed a minute so far. Mexico still in a man-to-man defense. Officials hold their arms out, saying no count. Mexico's going to have to come out and put some pressure on them. Yates dribbles towards and then backs back out again. Thurman giving her all kinds of space. Now they find Smith. Smith takes it in all the way under. She's fouled. She's going to the free throw line. Be Brea Smith's first trip to the charity stripe this evening. Picking up the foul, her very first, is Kylie Burnett. As Brea Smith stands at the free throw line. First free throw shot is up and nothing but net. Largest lead of the night now. Oh, no, they've led by as many as 22. My apologies. She's trying to get there with this next one. Willer came out, and I'll check and see who came in just a moment for the Lady Bulldogs. Second free throw shot, rims in and out, no good. As usual, putting the jinx on. With the rebound is Simpson, I believe, is who returned for the Lady Bulldogs. Gets it to Hudson. Hudson over the far wing to Thurman. Thurman tries to go inside and it's taken away by Bruni. Bruni gets it to Talbert. Talbert back to Bruni. Bruni brings it into the front court, all the way down, hits Yates with it from the block extended. Her shot's off the back of the rim. Hammett chases it down in the near corner. Gets it to Smith. Smith takes it in, kicks it back out to Yates. Hudson is going to cause the foul. And everybody stands to look. Or I think they're going to call it kick. I don't think they're calling it a foul. So Bruni runs clear down to the other end to get the loose basketball. They never did signal, so they must have called it a kick. Yates gets it right in to Smith. Smith right inside the top of the key. Takes it to the elbow on the far side, backs it up. Picks up her dribble, in some trouble, hands it to Bruni. Bruni back in the circle. Works it around, crossover, now takes it to the far side and hits Yates at the free throw line. Yates to Smith over in the far corner. Smith is going to go all the way around, go up around everybody. Her shot's up and good. And it's the largest lead of the night now for the Hawks at 23. 51-28. Long three on the way from Hudson's no good. And we've got another foul. So it's going to go on Burnett. That is her second. More subs in as Talbert and Bruni take a seat. Looks like Spoonster and Lindsay return. 51-28, 5:40 to go here in the ball game. Lindsay with the basketball up top. Brings it near side to Hammett. Hammett back to Yates. She wants a long shot just inside that three-point line. is good for Shannon Yates. She's in double figures, 53-28. With it is Simpson. Simpson down low to Thurman. Thurman back up top. Ball's loose. Yates comes away with it. She throws it up. Burnett and Lindsay tangle for it. Lindsay comes away with it, gets it to Hammett. Ball's loose, and that's taken away by Simpson. It's kind of a back and forth mess as Simpson is fouled, and it's going to go against Hammett. That's her third. 3:43 to go in the other gym. Bowling Green on top by 11, 38-27. Hudson gets it into Thurman. Thurman over to the far side to Jones. She's in some trouble and throws it away into the hands of Lindsay. Lindsay works it around. She doesn't have the numbers, but she's going to take it to the hole anyway, and it's good. So Campbell Lindsay with another two makes it 55-28. Ball's loose, and chasing it down is going to be attempt to chase it down was Hammett. So it was knocked into the backcourt as Lindsay dove for it. Hammett was trying to chase it as it was rolling out of bounds, just wasn't quite quick enough. So Thurman will inbound again. Gets it into Jones, right back to Thurman, now to Hudson. Hudson and Hammett both goes through their hands. It's going to stay last touched by Clopton. Parker comes in for Lindsay. They're probably going to let Lindsay have a little bit of a breather after diving head first on the court. Looks like she kind of hit a little awkward. So Thurman working to get it in. Needs some help. She's calling Jones up. They throw it to Thurman. Parker lost it, and it goes out of bounds. And Hudson can't toe the line. She falls out of bounds, so it's going to stay with Clopton. Yates smacks the ball, gets it into Spoonster. Spoonster up top. Around the horn we go. Over the far side with it now to Parker. Back near wing to Hammett. Parker at the free throw line. She stops, pops for two. Off the rim, it's no good. Ball's loose. Hammett saves it from going out of bounds. She's in some trouble. She works around. She's going to be fouled. Oh, no. Check that. Coach Devin Street calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. 4:18 to go here in the ball game. Hawks lead this one 55-28. You're listening to Montgomery County Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon, Lynn's Heritage House, and Clint Bowen Construction.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
55-28 is our score. Hawks lead this one. As coming out of the timeout, Yates will inbound the basketball for the Lady Hawks. You've got Yates, Spoonster, Smith, Parker, and Hammett. Now they changed it. Spoonster's going to inbound. 4:18 to go here in the ball game. In the other gym, Bowling Green's opened up their lead again with 2:40 to go in the ball game, 40-28. Again, 4:18 to go in this ball game. Spoonster to inbound. She looks in immediately, needs some help. Gets it right into Yates. Yates on the far block up top with it to Smith. Smith kicks it out to Parker. Parker wants a shot. It's off the front of the rim, no good. With the rebound is Hudson. Hudson is going to travel as she was trying to get it to Simpson. So Clopton will have it under their own basket once again. Spoonster will have the inbound duties. Bowling Green boys and Clopton boys set for the next matchup. Yates with it now to Hammett. Hammett swings it to Parker. Parker looks. Needs some help. Far side gets it to Brea. Brea fell down but able to get back up and get the loose basketball. Now to Hammett. Now to Spoonster in the near corner at the end of Clopton's bench. Gets it to Hammett. Hammett takes it in. Her running shots hard off the glass. With it is Hudson. Hudson hands it off to Jones. Back to Hudson. And she's going to meet two Clopton Lady Hawks as she crosses the timeline. Gets it down low. Ball's loose. And it's being fought for. Another jump ball. This time they'll say with Mexico. Fountain, Thurman return to the basketball game along with Talbert, Bruni, Blackwell, and Lindsay. So the only person staying on the court is Spoonster. 55-28 is our score. We're down to 3:35 to go here in the ball game, and we have an offensive foul. And that's going to go against Fountain, her second. She kind of pushed off a little bit, I believe, on that. So Bruni takes her time coming down the court. She's picked up by Jones when she crosses the half-court line, takes over the far wing, hands it to Lindsay. Lindsay's bumped in there by Thurman, but ends up, to Willer. Brings it back to the near side. Gets in some trouble, and then we're going to have jump ball. Possession. Should be with Clopton. 2:20 to go in the other gym. Bowling Green leads Fulton 41-29. Hawks here lead this one 55-28 with 3:19 to go in the ball game. Blackwell pulls up for the shot, and it's good. Lauren Blackwell with her first 2 points. It's a 29-point lead for the Hawks. In the near corner with it is Jones, and it's taken away by Lindsay. Lindsay goes down. She tries to go around everybody, doesn't draw the foul, but Clopton keeps the basketball. Gets it down low to Talbert, and her shot's up and good. So makes it 61-28. We'll have a running clock as another steal in there by the Hawks. This time it's Spoonster. Spoonster's going to get tangled up. We'll have a jump ball. It'll favor Clopton. Did I miss 2 points or did I get 2 points ahead? I have it 61-28. Maybe I accidentally hit too quickly. Here comes Mexico. So 59-28 is our score. Back near side to Jones. Jones, cross court to Thurman. Now to Willer. Willer, her one-hand shots up and good. Hawks go back the other direction. Bruni has it. We're down to 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. Bruni, near side with it to Hammett. Hammett looks inside. Nothing there. Takes it down. Corner back up to Talbert. Talbert collapses the defense. And Hammett gets it and goes out of bounds. Last touched by Mexico as she falls into Clopton's bench. A minute 41 to go in the other gym. It's still a 10-point lead for the Bobcats. The Lady Cats lead 41-31 over Fulton. So Tinley will inbound, or Spooster will inbound for the Lady Hawks at the head of their bench. Gets it right into Hammett. Hammett looks, brings it near side to Bruni. Bruni gives a little bit of fake, puts the ball on the court. She spins now, loses the handle, has to get it back up. Now to Blackwell. Back to Bruni now. Bruni in the near corner at the end of Hawks' bench. Brings it up top with it to Hammett. Hammett is going to fight for the jump ball as Willer gets in there. As Willer gets in there, ties her up. Possessions and arrow still stays with the Hawks. 59-30 our score. 1:37 to go in the ball game. Spoonster tells everybody to go. The count's on. They get it into Bruni. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. No, it's saved by Willer, but it goes right into the hands of Bruni. Bruni takes it to the hole. So Madeline Bruni with another 2. Mexico gets it into the front court. Willer skips over the far side to Jones. She stops, pops for 2. It's off the back of the rim. Ball's loose. Coming away with the rebound is Talbert to Spoonster. She tries to throw it up and then into the hands of Mexico. Taking it to the hole was Taylor. Her shot's no good, but she's going to the free throw line. She'll get to shoot 2. And we're under a minute to go here in this one as she shoots free throws. That's Stacia Talbert's first foul. First free throw shot is no good. She'll get a second. Down to 45 ticks. 61-30 is our score. Second one's on the way. Rams in and out, no good as well. With the loose basketball is Bruni. Bruni waits, gets it to Spoonster on the far side. Spoonster backs it up. They're going to kill these last 30 seconds. Clopton's going to go ahead and win a trophy, take home the Consolation Trophy this evening over Mexico by the score of 61-30, unless there's a score here in the last 18 seconds. And Spoonster travels. Down to 13 seconds. So once again with the basketball is Thurman, and he throws it out of bounds, and that's how this one's going to end. The Clopton Lady Hawks win this one by the score of 61-30. We've got your postgame show for you coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up. Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Bowie General Services of Farber is ready to help you with all your lawn and landscaping needs. Or maybe you are needing firewood. They offer that as well. Bowie General Services is your reliable contractor in Audrain, Pike, and the surrounding counties.
Hi, this is Dalton Bowie. Give us a call today for a free quote on your next project or to schedule lawn maintenance. 573-470-5354. Or visit our Facebook page, Bowie General Services.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
The Clopton Hawks go home with some hardware after defeating Mexico by the score of 61-30. And, Zach, that was quite a game there. Clopton came out with the lead and then never looked back.
Can you hear me?
I can. Here, we just turn up your headset a little bit there.
Well, yep. Everybody hear me? Good. Yeah, Clopton dominated that game from start to finish from what I saw of it. Took care of the ball and really took advantage of a lot of Mexico's weaknesses offensively and defensively to put up a lot of points.
We're going to run down scoring just real quick, and then we will go switch over to the pregame show. So scoring in double digits, Clopton had several. I was trying to figure that out before we went to break. So Clopton actually had 4 girls scoring in double digits. Loose stats, of course. Tinley Spoonster and Brea Smith led with 13 each. Shanna Yates with 12. Madeline Bruni with 11. And then you had Stacia Talbot with 6. Campbell Lindsay with 4. And Lauren Blackwell with 2. So it was a nice spread out offense by the Lady Hawks. So again, Clopton gets the win of the Consolation Trophy, 61-30. In the other gym, congratulations to the Bowling Green Lady Bobcats. They get their first win of the year as they defeat Fulton 42-33 for the 7th place trophy. That's going to take care of the post-game show. We will reset and be back with your pregame show for the Bowling Green Bobcats and the Clopton Hawks next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Alicia Koenig, owner-broker of RE/MAX Realty Shop, Sun Window Company, and Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Representative.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. The crew and I at Mid-America are qualified to do everything from preventative maintenance to engine repair, state inspections, run diagnostics, and more. We also sell used vehicles. Check out our lot or visit our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com. Remember, if you find yourself stuck on the side of the road, just give us a call. We offer 24-hour towing and roadside assistance. Mid-America Auto and Towing, where quality work and customer service is our top priority. Just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Becky Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show. Sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
If you're just joining us, the Clopton Lady Hawks just defeated the Mexico Lady Bulldogs by the score of 61-30 to take that consolation trophy. The Bowling Green Lady Bobcats, they beat Fulton this afternoon 42-33 for the 7th place trophy. So great trophies all the way around. And now, Zach, we are ready for a matchup between the Bowling Green Bobcats and the Clopton Hawks. And a couple things here, Zach, I'd take your opinion on. First of all, Bowling Green doesn't have their full staff with them again. Several of the football players, again, are not required to be here yet. They have their week off. I think they went over and watched Blair Oaks play today, who did end up winning the Class 2 state championship football game. But one of the things I talked with Coach Craig Smith about earlier this week is that the Bobcats, they still haven't really had much practice together. So they really don't have a bunch of plays in.
Yeah, it's hard to develop team chemistry and, a real good understanding of how Coach Craig Smith wants to do things when only half the team is there. And tonight, it's going to be more of the same. I guess these guys have played a lot together because most of the football players aren't here tonight. Yeah. So these are the guys that I'm guessing that have been practicing and been learning the offense and defense and so on and so forth. So we'll see what these guys can put out tonight.
We do see Michael Starks here. He put up a dunk or two the other night. Blaine Bryant had a couple of them. He's not on the court yet this evening. But how hard does that make it for, like, the Clopton Hawks when there's no offense to scout, there's no defense to scout? They're basically going to get it to the open man and take the shot. They're going to shut down Jace Eskew. Is kind of where their key there is, and probably stop Marcus Starks. But as the Hawks, how hard is that to prepare for?
It's very difficult to game plan when you don't know who's going to play and really the team that you're going to see. Because this team, with those athletes that are gone tonight and without those athletes, completely two different teams. So I think they're just going to come out, they're going to run their base defenses and kind of adjust on the fly.
Now, speaking of needing to adjust, the Clopton Hawks, the Evans brothers, are going to have a really tough time with Jackson Charlton and probably Neil Rainey and a couple of the others down underneath. They've gotten very physical, so foul trouble, I have a feeling, is going to be a key tonight for those in those lower areas.
Yeah, neither of the teams are very deep at that position. Not a whole lot of size except for the two guys that you just mentioned coming from Bowling Green. So it's going to be a big deal for both teams to stay out of foul trouble, play straight up. I think it's going to be an interesting key to watch because the Hawks haven't played a team with a great amount of size yet this year. So seeing how Cash and Kane do down in the post with some actual real – these guys are 6'3", 6'4", some decent size on these kids. So it'll be interesting to see how the Hawks react down low.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back with your keys to the game as you're listening to Consolation Night on Montgomery County Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Miller Ag Services, Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Hayden's Motorsport Center, and Southside.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gamm at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate in Louisiana.
So, Zach, I think the keys to the game tonight are going to be a little bit different on each side, and I think probably it's going to start with foul trouble.
Yeah. I imagine Bowling Green's going to try to slow the games down a lot. With, they don't have a deep bench tonight, so they're going to try to keep guys not running up and down. We don't want to get them tired, and you definitely want to stay out of foul trouble when your bench isn't as deep as it usually is. And for Clopton, I think you're looking at a different story. They're going to want to turn it up and try to, they're going to roll 3 or 4 guys off the bench. So they're going
to want to wear them down.
They're going to want to wear them down, exactly.
So it might be a little bit of different game that we're going to see tonight that we may see even in a couple of weeks, as we mentioned. When I talked to Coach Craig Smith earlier in the week, he said, Marianne, he said, this is the simplest game of basketball I've ever called in my life. He said, we haven't had enough people out there to set plays and, have different ones. He said, basically, you guard this person, you guard this person. On offense, you're here, you're here, you're here. Whoever gets open, throw the ball to. And we saw a lot of, I think they just had fun the other night against, I've got my teams confused now. Were they New Haven?
New Haven, they played, yep.
Yeah, I think they just had fun, and that was the part that was fun to see. You saw them go out there, you saw them pass the ball around. Jace Eskew was on fire, and that is one that the Hawks are definitely have to watch tonight, and I'll be anxious to see who they put on him, whether it'll be Tyler Coons or Jordan Genowine.
That'll be a tough defensive matchup for whoever puts it on. He's got length, he can shoot, he's really a athletic young guy. He's only a sophomore, so that kid, he's really going to be tough to guard, and he's going to be a problem for the EMO conference here in the future. But going back to what you said about the team having fun tonight, that's very true. But sometimes when you come into those games and you don't have a whole lot of game plan, it can be either very fun or it can be very messy. And you hope it's fun.
And you have to, if you're Bowling Green, look and say, that was fun the other night. We're playing against Tony Francis. We can't just go out and have fun tonight. There's got to be some type of game plan there. Looking at the floor for the Bobcats, they have Zach Gibson, Jace Eskew, Jackson Charlton, Marcus Starks, Neil Rainey, Nate Crumwoody, and Aiden Grody. Those are the people. That's it for the Bobcats this evening. That's all they've got. And that's a very different bench than what Clopton's looking at, where they've been kind of going about 7 deep on their bench. So they do have a little bit more wiggle room. So kind of anxious to see how this one's going to play out. But again, the players that Bowling Green have are very athletic. Yeah. So it's not like you can say, Bowling Green, their athletes aren't here, because yes, they are.
They are, yeah.
So
I was watching these Bowling Green kids warm up, and it was like a dunk contest.
I know.
It was amazing. I hadn't seen something like that in high school in a long time. So
there was, I think, 5 or 6 on Wednesday night dunks that were thrown down.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was kind of fun to watch. Unfortunately, it was Marcus Starks had a really nice dunk in there and then got teed up because he hung on the rim.
Hanging on the rim. It'll get you every time.
And really, it was only because players were running underneath of him. But that's still, unfortunately, the way things go. So I think that there may have been a challenge this evening handed out to see if he could throw down another dunk.
Oh, really?
Just saying, I might have saw something out there that said, are you going to throw down another one tonight? So we'll see if that happens or not.
Well, if there's anyone I think he's probably one to dunk on, it's probably his little cousin, Malik, who plays for the Hawks. So.
Yeah, that could be kind of fun to watch those two go back and forth. Let's step aside. We've got your Community State Bank starting lineups for you coming up, along with your opening tip as you're listening to Montgomery County Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Meyer Implement Company, Craig Bowen, CPA, and Kevin Hooper of Krause Real Estate.
Hi, this is Amy at Community State Bank of Missouri. Did you know we offer health savings accounts? If you have a high deductible health plan, you may qualify for a health savings account. HSAs are designed to help you save your money to help pay your deductible. Talk to your employer about our health savings account and let them know you want to keep your money right here at home. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
We'll start with the home team on the scoreboard this evening, Zach. That is the Clopton Hawks. They're in their home white jerseys with black numbers and red trim. They are starting a 6'2 senior wearing number 1, Tyler Kuntz, a 6' junior wearing number 3, Chase Hall, a 5'9 sophomore wearing number 11, Jordan Genowine, a 6'4 junior wearing number 42, Cash Evans, and a 6'3 sophomore wearing number 44, Kane Evans. For the Bowling Green Bobcats, the visitors on the scoreboard this evening, they are starting a 6'1 senior, starting number 5, Nate Crumwitting, a 6'3 guard sophomore wearing number 23, Chase Eskew, a 6' guard junior wearing number 32, I will get it out, Zach Gibson, a 6'3 junior wearing number 33, Neil Rainey, and a 6'5 guard senior wearing number 35, Jackson Charlton. So I thought he was going to throw me off there for a second. I looked down there, I saw Aiden Grody for a minute, I thought it was Jackson Charlton with the height, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, he lied to me, but no, now we're in there. You know, the fun part about coming to some places is listening to everybody else chop up names just as bad as I do.
Can't wait to see how they pronounce Evans.
Well, we've all been screwing that up for a while. So, you know.
No harm, no foul.
We do all agree, though, at KJFM that Neil Rainey may win the hair award this year.
He might, yeah. That mullet, he's bringing it's definitely in style.
Yeah. Between him, Marcus Starks, and Blaine Bryant, the three from Bowling Green may have it this year. So for the Hawks, again, mentioned they're in their white home jerseys, black numbers, red trim. Of course, the Hawks coached by Tony Francis, the Bobcats coached by Craig Smith. And I don't know that any one team has the experience upper hand either, based on what we've got out here.
Yeah, both relatively young teams. A lot of their starters, sophomores, juniors. It's gonna be a test for both teams.
Yeah.
We talked about that in the pregame.
Oh, they're Ivans. And so here we go. As Clopton will move from our right to left, of course, that means Bowling Green's moving from our left to right. Jace Eskew is going to be jumping center, and I don't care who he's jumping against. He's got some jumps.
Feel bad for Cash. He's going to get embarrassed right here.
That's only true love a brother can give right there. Yeah, it didn't matter who he was jumping against.
No.
Jace can just jump.
He can jump out of the gym.
All right, I think we're ready for some basketball. Officials, the same officials we had for the last game, did an outstanding job. Look forward to it again here in this one. Oh, DJ Adam Flume finally turns down the music so we can get started. And Clopton controls the tip. Kuntz with it over on the far side, brings up to Hall. Hall between the circles, near side with it to Kane. Back up top with it to Kuntz. Kuntz to Genowine. Genowine about ahead of Bowling Green's bench. Looks down low to Kane, now to Kuntz. Man-to-man defense from Bobcats. Take it to the hole. It's Kuntz. Shots up and good. Hawks stay in a half-court defense here as Gibson brings it in the front court and dishes it off to Eskew. Eskew wants to open with a three, and it's no good. With the rebound is Genowine. Genowine and Gibson may be the shortest ones on the court.
I think you're right about that.
And not by a little either. So Genowine working against Eskew, looks for the screen, goes behind the back on the wing. Over on the far side to Hall. Hall back up top to Kuntz. Kuntz, long three, rims in and out, no good. It's Kane with the rebound, kicks it out to Hall. Hall looks, now finds Genowine top of the key. Brings it near side to Kane. Kane puts the ball in the court, backs it up, now to Kuntz. Kuntz thought about the three, but out came Crumwoody putting the pressure on. Near corner with it to Kane. Kane goes around. His shot's up. It's no good. Cash there for the putback. It's no good, but he's fouled. He's going to the free throw line.
Hawks winning the battle on the offensive boards early.
And we talked about foul trouble, and that's something Bowling Green's going to have to stay out of this evening. That first one is on Neil Rainey. And really, the Bobcats need him to stay on the court
Yeah.
as much as possible this evening. He has that extra bit of height there with the Charlton.
And he's tall, but he's kind of a he can play wing if he wanted to.
Yeah, very athletic. First
very athletic.
Free throw shot up and good. So Cash will get a second. Spins the ball. Shot up on the way. Rims in and out, no good. Genuine tips it out, but into the hands of Eskew. Off to the races. Eskew's going to go all the way down. And drawing the charge is Kuntz.
That's going to fire up the Hawk bench.
And another one again that needs to stay out of that foul trouble is Jace Eskew. That's got to be something Coach Craig Smith talks to him about on the bench around it. 3-0 is our score. Hawks on top here as we're just played about a minute and a half. Genuine with it over on the far wing. He's guarded by Eskew. Brings it back near side to Kuntz. Kuntz drives the baseline. He goes up over top. His shot's no good. Cash there for the putback, and it is good. So Cash Evans with 3 of the 5. And with it on the near side is Charlton. Charlton from the block extended. Finds Eskew. Eskew looks, pulls it up. His shot rims in and out. No good. Charlton comes in for the rebound. He put back no good. Tries again. Now he gets back in there. As Charlton gets 2. Hall. Working up top now by Gibson. Brings it near side to Kane. Kane dribbles around, gets it to Kuntz. Kuntz wants a 3, and it's good. Tyler Kuntz going to maybe put on a 3-point show for us tonight.
That's important for the Hawks. Get Kuntz going early.
8-2 is our score. Here comes a 3 the other direction. Crumwoody had it, and it's just off the mark. With the rebound is Hall. Hall dishes it off to Genuine. Genuine takes it back to Hall. In the near corner with it to Genuine. Finds Cash back out to Kuntz. He wants another 3, and he gets it. And getting him started like that is going to make it a long night for the Bobcats. 11-2 is our score. Near corner with it is Rainey. Rainey works it around into the paint. Spin, turn, shots up. It bounces around. It falls off to the side. Genuine goes up, pulls it down, brings it into the front court. He looks like he's going all the way down low. Gets it to Kane. Kane shots up and good. And we've got a timeout. Coach Smith wants to talk to his Bobcats. We'll hear from some of our sponsors. 13-2 is our score. 4:45 to go in the first. You're listening to Montgomery County Tournament Action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar, LLC. MASH in Louisiana and Bowling Green. And Myrna's Kitchen.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Kearns Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction Company go to work for you.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
Starks with the basketball at the free throw line, kicks it out to Gibson. Gibson brings it back near side to Starks, and it's tipped out of bounds. They say last touch by Starks, so there's a turnover.
Starks there.
Starks came in. I was looking to see who sat down. It looks like it was Crumwoody. Over on the near side with it is Kane. Kane right in the middle of Bowling Green's bench, takes it, kicks it over to the far side to Kuntz. Kuntz into the paint, and it throws it right into the hands of Charlton. Charlton working against Kuntz. He loses the basketball. Now everybody's on the floor, and it's a football game. So the jump ball stays with the Bobcats. 13-2 is our score, 4:11 to go here in the first. Eskew to inbound the ball. He looks, lobs it into Starks. Starks thought maybe he was going to take an early 3 as he shoves off, and they're going to call it. So got the little push. The official saw it, and that's his first of the night.
They're starting to crack down on it. Anytime you dip that shoulder, they're going to start to call that offensive foul nowadays.
So Chase Hall brings it across the timeline. He's picked up a little bit in the back by Gibson. Gibson very good on the defensive end. He is outstanding when it comes time guarding those guys. Kuntz with it. Bout has it stolen, gets it to Kane. Kane goes over top of everybody. His shot's blocked. Coming away with the basketball is Rainey. Rainey pushes in the front court to Starks. Starks to Gibson. Gibson eyes the three, and it's money. So Zach Gibson nails his first three of the night. Hall bringing it across with 3.5 to go in the first. 13-5 is our score. Hawks on top. Near side with it to Genowine. Genowine back up top to Kane. Kane looks inside to Cash. Nothing there. Kicks it out to Kuntz. Kuntz to Cash again at the elbow. Brings it near side to Hall. Hall's going to work it around. Dips it to Cash. Cash works around everybody. Shots up. It's short. They're going to call Rainey on the foul, I believe, and it's going to send to the free throw line. So that'll be the second one on Rainey. And Cash's second trip to the free throw line this evening. 3:13 to go in the first. 13-5 is our score. Hawks on top of the Bobcats.
Hawks' goal on offense is really clear right now. They're trying to get it into the post where they have the advantage, height and size.
First
so far it's working.
14-5 is our score now. So Cash with this second one on the way. It's also money. Back to a 10-point lead for the Hawks. 11's the biggest of the night. Near corner with it to Starks. Starks works around his fadeaway jumper. Banks it in. So Marcus Starks gets in the scorebooks tonight as Chase Hall's guarded in the backcourt by Gibson. Brings in the front, dishes it off to Kuntz. Kuntz being guarded by guarded by Starks. Kane lobs down to Cash. Goes out of bounds. They'll say his last touched by the Bobcats. Again, congratulations to Bowling Green Lady Bobcats. They picked up their first win of the season after defeating Fulton, and the Clopton Lady Hawks picked up some hardware as well today as they defeated Mexico. Kane with the basketball at the free throw line brings it near side to Hall. Hall back up top to Kane. Kane just inside the key, now to Kuntz on the far wing. Long three again, and it's money. That's three for him in this quarter.
You better get a hand up anytime Tyler Kuntz walks in the gym tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Back to an 11-point lead, 18-7. Bowling Green turns it over as they try to throw it up to Starks. Aiden Grody coming in now for Jackson Charlton. Grody wears number 34 for the Bobcats. He is a sophomore. So with the basketball is Hall. Hall walks it across. Brings it to Gibson. Gibson puts some pressure on, and they dish it off to Genowine on the near wing. Genowine back up top with it to Kane. Kane looks and now brings it back to Hall. Hall wants to feed it inside to Cash, now finds the space. Cash from the block extended, he's going to travel.
Cash got a little too happy with his feet there.
So with the basketball now is Gibson. Gibson brings it to the front, out to Starks. Starks working against Genowine, finds Eskew. Eskew's the same way. He goes for that three, and it's off the front of the rim. Starks chases down the loose basketball. Now it ends up in the hands of the Hawks. Kuntz has it, but he doesn't have the numbers. Kicks it back out. Works around to Hall. Now in the near corner with us, Kuntz again, and it's another three. He's feeling it tonight. 21-7 is our score, and that is the fourth tray of this quarter for Kuntz. With it near side, Starks. He wants the three. He's got the magic touch, and it falls.
Right back at you.
So Hall once again brings it across. Brings it to the near side, spins, goes the other direction. Gets it off to Genowine on the far wing. Brings it back now with it to Kane. Kane near corner with it to Kuntz. Kuntz to Cash. Cash tries to feed it down low to Kane and goes a little too high. 21-10 is our score, 1:06 to go here in the first. Again, let's recap some scores from earlier tonight. The Bowling Green girls beat Fulton 42-33. Clopton defeated Mexico 61-30. It's 21-10 here with Clopton on top in the first. Jace Eskew with the basketball, brings it near side to Starks. Starks in the middle of Clopton's bench, finds the hole, takes it to the hole, and it's good. Marcus Starks putting the Bobcats on his back, looking to get this a little closer here as we're winding down under a minute to go in the first. Hall dribbles with the left, Switches directions over to the far side to Hain. Back up to Marshall. Malik that's in the game. To Jenna Wine. Jenna Wine finds Hain once again over to Marshall. Marshall finds Kuntz. Kuntz takes it to the hole. Shots up. It's no good. Eskew goes tall for the rebound. Pulls it down. Pushes it into the front court. Works it around. Kicks it back out to Starks. Starks gives a head fake. He's going all the way in. It's too hard. Gets his own rebound. Goes back. Up off the glass. No good. 4 Hawks there for the rebound. Hall gets it. Takes it to the far wing. He's guarded in there by Gibson. Now finds Hain. Back to Hall with 5 seconds to go. Get in the hands of Kuntz. Kuntz turns around from the shot, or from the block, extended. It's good. So that is how the first quarter ends. Clopton leads this one at 23-12. We have second quarter action coming your way next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kelly Crane, RE/MAX Realty Shop agent, Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
Northeast Missouri Title Company is proud to serve Louisiana and the surrounding areas. They also believe, much like the area athletes, hard work and dedication are what lead to a winning team. Northeast Missouri Title Company wishes all area athletes the very best this season and hopes to see everyone out supporting their favorite teams with excitement and good sportsmanship. Northeast Missouri Title Company at 4th and Tennessee Streets in Louisiana.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and KJFM Eagle 102.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Keolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Clopton has the ball to start the second quarter here as they lead at 23-12. And there's a little miscommunication between Kuntz and Kane Evans. As Kuntz was throwing the ball, as Kane was slashing to the basket and went right behind Kane. So here comes Eskew now with it for the Bobcats. Brings it near side to Starks. Starks had a hot hand here in the first quarter. Rainey back in, finds Charlton in the paint. Charlton moves around, tries to find some space. He works around, shots up and good.
Good move there from Jackson Charlton.
So with it now over is Genowine. Genowine works it around, hands it off to Kuntz, now to Hall. Hall drives that baseline in some trouble, dishes it out to Cash, now back to Genowine. Genowine on the other side. He goes off the glass. It's no good. Ball's tipped around. Starks with it. Starks is going to take it on, even though it's 1-on-3. He goes all the way in. Count, no. We've got differentiating opinions here. So they call it against Starks and wave it off. No, wait a minute. Nobody's actually.
He called the block.
He did call a block.
He motioned the block.
He called the wrong.
But he just changed. Yep.
Yep.
They're going charge.
Yep. And so that'll be the second on Starks. Are they going to? There they go.
I think. Yep. Marcus Starks staying in the ball game with 2 fouls. Got to be careful here.
So Hall slows it down just a little bit. 23-14 is our score. We've played a minute here in the second quarter. With it is Cash. Cash hands it back to Kuntz. Kuntz kicks out to Genowine. Genowine works his way around, skips it over far side to Kuntz, and Kuntz is going to travel. Got off balance there. Gibson's coming in for Starks.
Kuntz made a good effort just to corral that ball. It looks like it was heading into the first row.
So Rainey gets it into Gibson. Gibson's going to bring it across. Hand it back to Rainey. Rainey loses a handle, and they're going to call the foul on Kane. They're going to call that reaching foul. They called it quite a bit in the first game.
Even if you get all ball, if they see you reaching across the body, they're going to call that.
So back to Gibson in the backcourt, crosses timeline. Brings it to the near side. His shot's up and good. Gibson for 2. Give him 5 on the night, makes it 23-16. Here comes Kane. Kane's underneath, shots up, it's no good. He'll go to the free throw line. And that's Neil Rainey's third. So Aiden Grody up off the bench. I was going to say kind of have to wait till the first free throw. First one's up and good. Makes it 24-16. So we mentioned Grody's in for Rainey. Looks like Adam Lindsay set to check in if he makes this one. And he does. 9-point lead for the Hawks. Kuntz comes out as Lindsay comes in. 6:18 to go in the half. Gibson with the basketball. Into the front court, over to Eskew. Eskew in the paint, has it stolen. Now it's coming away, but it's going to stay in the hands of Bowling Green after it's tipped around a couple different times. Charlton with it up top. Swings it near side to Eskew. Eskew to Charlton. Charlton knocked down the three the other night. He can do it again from out there. He's guarded by Kane. Skips it over far side to Crumwoody. Crumwoody guarded by Genowine. Now finds Eskew on the far wing. Back to Crumwoody. Now to Charlton between the circles. Charlton directing traffic. Works around, spins, tries to create some space. Now to Eskew. Eskew finds the lane. His shot's up. It's no good. Aiden Grody fighting with two Hawks for the jump ball. Stays with the Bobcats. Eskew smacks the ball. Looks to feed it right into Grody. It's knocked out of bounds. For those of you who don't recognize Aiden Grody's name for football, that's because he was called Dude the entire time by his dad. So if it makes everybody feel better, I can refer to him as Dude again. That has been his nickname since he was born. So Eskew in with the basketball. Looks. Lobs it back to Crumwoody. Crumwoody guarded by Lindsay. And we're going to have I think he said a jump ball. Nope. Foul on Adam Lindsay.
His first, Clopton's second.
So with basketball is Lindsay, or with the is Bowling Green. Once again, back to Eskew. Eskew stops, pops for three, and it's good. Oops. Makes it 25-19. Over the far side with it is Lindsay. Lindsay works it around. Now with it to Kuntz. Kuntz travels. So with the basketball is the Bobcats with 5:07 to go here in the half. Clopton up 25-19. They've led by as many as 11 in this one. Near side with it to Charlton. We told you that Clopton couldn't count on them not having a concise team as Eskew goes up because they were all athletic. And here comes Hall the other direction. Hall brings it down, gets it to Kuntz. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Cash.
They're going to say he got there a little early.
So Eskew will inbound the basketball at the end of the bench to Gibson. Gibson again will bring it across the timeline. Gibson over the far side to Eskew. Eskew brings it back near side. Long three on the way from Crumwoody. No good. Grody with the rebound. Kicks out to Charlton. Charlton works it around. Brings it back up top of the key. Hands it off to Eskew. Eskew over the far side to Gibson. Gibson has some points on the night. Look to blow this one open as he takes it to the paint. His shot's up. It rolls around. It falls. And everybody just lets it fall. And gets his own rebound. And now it's tipped around. And Clopton comes away with it. Let's be honest, that was kind of an ugly mess right there.
Yeah, it was.
It was tipped between all the players. Some just watched it fall. And now with it is Kane. Kane Evans brings it to the top of the key. He works around, loses a handle on it, goes back the other direction. As Crumwoody looks, gets it to Eskew. Eskew all the way in. His shot's no good. With the rebound is the Hawks. Going back the other way. Kuntz kicks it out to Lindsay. Lindsay wants a three. It's off the mark. Crumwoody with the rebound. Into the front court with it. Dishes it off to Gibson. Charlton Over on the far side. Gets it down low. Grody goes up off the glass. His shot's tipped around. No good. Coming away with it is Kane. Kane throws it up to Kuntz. Kuntz on the far wing, looks for the screen. Another long three on the way. This one's off the back of the rim. Coming away with it is Gibson. Gibson went tall, pulled that one down amongst all the trees. And is bringing it up, dishes it to Charlton. Charlton finds Crumready over in the far corner. Now back up to Eskew. Eskew over the far side. Working against Crumready. Now with it to Charlton again. He pulls up for the long three. It's off the back of the rim. Kuntz with it. He wraps it up. And we've got a timeout. Coach Francis wants to talk to his players. We'll hear from some of our sponsors. 2:44 to go here in the half. Clopton leads this one at 25-19. You're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank, Bill Allen Auction Services, and DG Firearms.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by High County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Clopton's ball out of the timeout. 25-19 is our score. Hawks lead this one. Genowine with it over on the far wing. Genowine working, brings it back near side to Hall. Hall down to Marshall. Malik that's in the ball game. Up top with it to Kuntz. Kuntz to Genowine. Genowine thought about the three. Instead, he works his way into the paint, dishes it off to Cash, and it rolls off his leg out of bounds.
Turnovers are killing the Hawks right now. Too many unforced errors.
I think it's one of those things where you're just trying to do too much. And Gibson with it. Now on the near side to Crumwoody. Back out to Eskew. Eskew works around, dribbles with the left hand, runs into some trouble, kicks it out to Gibson on the far corner. Back to Eskew on the wing. On the far side, he pulls up for the long three, and it misses everything except for Genowine's hands, which is where it comes down in. Genowine pushes it, spins out, kicks it out to Hall. Hall wants a three, and he gets it. Chase Hall with the tray. His first points of the night. Makes it 28-19, and Crumwoody travels. So Clopton will inbound it in the middle of their own bench. 28-19, 1:52 to go here in the half. Kane set to check back in for Malik Marshall. So Cash will inbound to Hall. With it is Hall walking across the timeline. Gibson puts a little pressure on, now gets it to Kuntz. Kuntz on the near wing, takes it up, swings it over the far wing to Kane. Kane back to Hall. Now in the near corner to Kuntz. Kuntz puts the ball on the court, now swings over to the far side. Long three on the way from Kane. It's up, it's no good. With the rebound is Eskew. Eskew throws up to Charlton. Charlton back to Eskew. Eskew goes up, it's short. With the rebound is Kane. He feeds it on to Hall. And we're going back the other direction. Kuntz with it on the near side, about the middle of Bowling Green's bench. Skips it over far side to Kane. Kane finds Genowine into the paint. His fadeaway off the back of the rim, no good. Cash with the putback, and it's good. 30-19 is our score. We're at a minute to go here in the half. Gibson gonna draw foul from Hall as Hall went end over end. Couldn't get his feet set to pull that one. Fourth team foul for the Hawks. Bowling Green has 6. We've got 58 ticks to go in the half. Bowling Green leads this one, or Clopton leads this one over Bowling Green 30-19. Eskew with it out on the far wing. Dishes it to Crumwoody in the far corner. Back up to Gibson. Gibson looks. He's working against Hall, finds Charlton. Charlton with the left hand in the paint. And they're going to call jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Hawks. And Hall has it now for Clopton. Kind of slowing things down as it got a little messy earlier in this quarter. Far side with it to Genowine, to Kuntz, top of the key. Over to the far side to Kane. We're down to under 30 ticks to go here. Kane drives down to the block, dishes it off to Cash. Cash is going to be fouled, and they'll call it up. We'll wait and see if that's on Aiden. It is on Grody.
Foul on Grody. Cash Evans, City Creek.
So Cash back at the charity stripe. He's been there a couple times. First free throw shot is up and good. Makes it 31-19. We've got 23 ticks to go in the half. Cash there for a second. Spins the ball. Shot up on the way. Off the front of the rim. And Genowine, I believe, is going to.
Looks like he's going to pick up a foul there on the over the back.
Well, I don't. Okay, they did call it. I was like, did they actually call it or they just call it out of bounds? Either way, it's Bowling Green's basketball with 23 seconds to go in the half. Down 31-19. Over in the near corner with it to Crumwoody. Inside to Grody. Grody back out to Crumwoody. Now to Charlton. Charlton at the elbow, working around. Crossover, trying to get around Kane. Takes it to the far side. Goes up. His shot's up. It's no good. Kane with the rebound. Kane kicks it off to Kuntz. Kuntz tries to feed it back out to Hall, but it was tipped by Bowling Green. So with 2.1 seconds to go in the half, Clopton will have the basketball from the block extended on the far side. And they immediately smack it back in, as Jay Sescu does. Try it again. They get it into Hall. Hall looks, takes a step back out to Kuntz, and they're waving it off, and that is how the half ends. Clopton leads this one 31-19. We've got your halftime report coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Lynn's Heritage House in Louisiana offers affordable, home-like senior living, enabling your loved ones the independence they want and the services they need. Staffed 24 hours a day with low resident-to-staff ratio and designated areas to visit your loved ones safely, rest assured Lynn's Heritage House provides peace of mind for you and those you love. So if you or someone you know is ready for a retirement home or need care from a hospital stay or surgery, Lynn's Heritage House has rooms ready. Call to set up a tour and visit soon. 754-4020 or visit 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana. And let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, Infant through Adult Immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
At the half, Bowling Green leads this one, Bowling Green's trailing this one to the Clopton Hawks 31-19. And Zach, I think probably one of the big things right now is Bowling Green's got to watch those fouls.
Yeah, a couple of guys went down early with foul trouble. Neil Rainey and Marcus Starks, and those are guys you have to have on the floor if you're Coach Craig Smith, you know. Some of them were a little ticky-tack fouls, I'll give them that, but you just got to be smart enough to not put yourself in those situations where you're going to pick up a foul.
We've talked about it a couple different times. It doesn't matter which side of the ball you're on. You know, once you see how the officials are calling things, you have to make that adjustment, whether we like the way they're calling it or not.
Right.
And hopefully they're able to make that adjustment in the locker room here at the half. Probably one of the big key differences here, in my opinion, in the second quarter is Tyler Koontz. He knocked down 16 points in the first quarter, but hasn't touched the rim since.
Yeah, if you're Coach Tony Francis, you couldn't have asked for a better opening from Tyler Koontz coming out hot. I think he had 4 threes in the first, seemed like 4 minutes. You got to get that guy the ball. Got to find a way to get it to him. In the second quarter, I think Bowling Green probably turned up the pressure on him, made it a little bit harder for him to get the ball, and that's forced Clopton's hand to try to get it down low more often, and they struggled a little bit in that second quarter, taking care of the ball.
Who didn't struggle in the second quarter was Bowling Green, as they were able to put up a few more points, and Jace Eskew was finally able to get on the board. He drained his first 3 and only points of the night here in the second. I think that says that, he finally found a hole, but Clopton's done a good job overall of probably shutting him down.
Yeah, I think we can credit Clopton's defense. They've been all over him. Eskew's had great looks all night. It looks like he's just maybe a little bit fatigued. A lot of his shots are coming up just a little bit short. So I don't think he's come off the court.
No, I was going to say he's taken a good load of the work for the Bobcats tonight and kind of put them on his back and said, hey, you know what, I'm going to do this for the team. And he hasn't gotten a breather at all, and that does play on you, especially when you're playing against a physically tough team like Clopton.
Exactly, and while he may not be scoring, he's definitely getting the ball to where it needs to be to put Bowling Green in position to score as a team.
Starks is leading the Bobcats with 7. He, again, did all that in the first quarter until he got a little bit of foul trouble. I'm sure we'll see him a little bit more here in the second half with only 2 fouls. They're kind of trying to keep him out of too much foul trouble so he could play a little bit more in the second half. So right now, again, Bowling Green trailing Clopton 31-19 at the half. We've got about 5:20 to go. We'll take a quick break. We'll run down some stats from the first half after this here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon, Lynn's Heritage House, and Clint Bowen Construction.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
So run down a little bit of scoring here in the first half. As we mentioned earlier, Tyler Koontz was leading everybody. He has 16 points on the night. Cash Evans with 8, Kane Evans with 4, and Chase Hall with 3. For Bowling Green, as I mentioned, Marcus Starks leading with a 7. It's Zach Gibson with 5, Jackson Charlton with 4, and Jace Eskew with 3. Bowling Green did not make it to the free throw line in the first half, and Clopton was 6 for 8. I'm assuming you'll have some words with Cash on those 2 that he missed.
Yeah, unacceptable. My mother would not be very happy with him, and she's probably yelling at him right now while he's in the locker room. But, yeah.
But overall, good free throw shooting by the Hawks. I'd like to see what Bowling Green can do from the free throw line if they can get there this evening. But, Zach, I think probably you and I are in agreement for this second half to be what we're excited for. Bowling Green's going to have to find a way to move their feet and stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah. We saw the way the refs were calling it early. Not a whole lot of contact fouls, and they're just going to have to adjust, and they're going to have to in the second half, or they're going to run out of players.
So what does Bowling Green need to do, though, to shut down Clopton?
Well, they're going to have to slow them down. You don't want to get in a track race where you're running back and forth, because obviously Clopton has a little bit more depth, but you want to keep control of the ball and have the ball as long as possible. You want to control or have time of possession. You want to dominate that.
And I think Bowling Green-wise, what we need to do is keep fingers crossed and hope Jace Eskew gets hot from behind the three-point line again. That would be a big help, and I think it'd be a big momentum booster for the Bobcats.
Yeah, along with just taking care of the ball. But getting Jace Eskew going has got to be the main goal right now for Craig Smith.
All right, that takes care of your halftime report. We've got second half action coming your way next from Montgomery County on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Alicia Koenig, owner-broker of RE/MAX Realty Shop, Sun Window Company, and Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Representative.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Again, congratulations to the Bowling Green Lady Bobcats. They picked up their first win of the season and took some hardware home from the tournament this afternoon if they got the win over Fulton 42-33. Congratulations to the Clopton Lady Hawks, who knocked off number 3 Mexico 61-30 to take that consolation trophy home as well. So Bowling Green, Clopton tied up, or I shouldn't say tied up. They're tangling up right now. 31-19, Hawks lead this one. As we're getting ready to start the third quarter, it's going to be Bowling Green's basketball. Looks like your same starting five on the court for Clopton and Hall, Genowine, Kuntz, Evans, and Evans. For Bowling Green, again, they only brought 2, 4, 6, 7 players with them. So my guess is they probably had the same starting 7 as well with Crumwoody, Eskew, Gibson, Rainey, and Charlton. Time has wound down, and I think we're ready as Coach Craig Smith getting – look at him making liars out of me every time. So Rainey's not going to start. Marcus Starks is. So it's going to be Eskew, Gibson, Crumwoody, Charlton, and Starks. I think Coach Craig Smith just enjoys doing that. I think he hears me a little bit.
Got to keep everybody on the edge of their seat.
That's right.
Can't get too comfortable.
Now, Gibson again. I tell you what, I've been really impressed with him this week. Charlton comes out immediately, tries to put one up from inside the paint. Nothing there. With the rebound is Evans brothers. They kick it out to Genowine. Genowine brings it to the front court and hands it off to Kane. Kane at the free throw line brings it near side to Hall in the near corner to Genowine. Genowine looks down to Cash. Back to Genowine. In some trouble, kicks it out to Hall. Hall thought about the 3, now over the far wing to Kane. Kane from the free throw line extended back up top between the circles to Hall. Hall takes it down low, gets it to Kuntz. Kuntz to Cash. Cash up off the glass on the near side, and it's good.
Good ball movement by the Hawks to get the ball to the front of the rim there.
So with it on the near side is Eskew. Eskew kicks out to Starks. Starks brings it near side to Gibson. Gibson stops at the free throw line. His shot's up, and it's no good. With the rebound is Genowine. Genowine feeds it up to Kane. Kane brings it in front on the wing, back to Genowine. Genowine at the head of Clopton's bench. At the top of the key, down low to Cash, and it's batted around. It's a turnover. Here comes Starks. He's going to take it all the way in. He bumps Kuntz. Kuntz picks up his first foul.
His first.
Pushed him out of his shoes.
If I understood correctly, these are brand new shoes for Starks. They're probably not even good and broke in yet for him. Eskew looks, gets it up top to Gibson. Gibson dribbles around over the far wing to Crumwoody. Crumwoody down the corner from the block extended to Charlton. Charlton to Starks. Starks works it around, takes it in. His flying shot's up and good. I tell you what, I'm not sure there's anything he can't do.
He is such a good athlete, on the field and on the court. He's amazing.
33-21, 6.5 to go here in the third quarter. I mean, there's no way he probably should have made that as he was fading away from an off angle.
That's a tough shot.
And he did, nailed it. Kuntz with it now, up by the bench of Clopton at the head of it, gets down low to Kane. Kane on the block on the near side, tries to create some room. He's too far underneath, but draws a foul. Heads up play there as he goes straight up and he's going to pick it up from someone. There was 3 of them around. And Eskew picks up his second. So Kane at the free throw line. As he spins, shot on the way, and it's good. 34-21 is our score as Kane Evans gets set for the second. Kane spins it, dribbles with the right, spins again. Left-handed shot up on the way is also good. Makes it 35-21. And Kane about gets the steal there from Crumwoody, but he's able to reel it back in with it as Eskew now in the near corner with it to Starks. Starks drives all the way in, kicks it out to the far side. Here comes Gibson with the three, and it's good. Zach Gibson with another tray on the night. As Hall has it, makes it 35-24. 5:50 to go here in the third. Kuntz with on the far side, brings it near side with Genowine. Genowine skips it over to Hall once again. Pitch and catch across the court now in the far corner with it to Kuntz. Kuntz now top of the key to Kane. Kane working against Eskew, hands it off to Genowine. Genowine and on the near wing, tries to go inside to Cash. Cash loses it and gets it in the hands of Starks. Starks going to go all the way in, and he's stripped of the basketball as he goes up. Goes out of bounds, last touched by the Hawks.
Bowling Green's doing a good job on defense, making it tough for Clopton to get the ball into Cash Evans.
5:26 to go in the third. 35-24 our score. Eskew lobs it up to Starks. Starks swings it to Gibson. Gibson is going to, they're going to call the foul on Hall. They're going to say his feet weren't set as he and Gibson made connection. Hall went flying.
Gibson said weight room.
That's with it is Charlton. Charlton wants a three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Everybody's up in the air. Charlton comes away with the ball. He goes back up. It's off the glass, no good. Finally tipped around, and Kuntz comes away with it. Kuntz kicks it up to Hall. Hall back to Kuntz. Kuntz works it around. He goes flying in. His fingertip rolls up and good.
His first point since the first quarter. He's got 18 tonight.
Here comes Gibson to Eskew. Eskew back out to Starks. Long three ball. It's short and it's loose. And Kane and Crumwoody tie up. They'll say the possession arrows with the Hawks. Rainey to re-enter the ball game. Going to come in for Starks. 4:47 to go in the third. 37-24 our score. Hawks on top. Hall takes his time. He's met by Gibson at the timeline. Over to the far wing to Kuntz. Kuntz guarded by Eskew. Finds Kane at the free throw line. Brings it near side to Genowine. Genowine looks. Now finds Kane again. Kane pulls up. His shot's up off the mark. With the rebound was Gibson. Gibson pushes into the front court. He works around now. Stops. Pulls up the jumper. It's short. And here comes Rainey in. He's unable to get it. And Kane comes away with it. Kane throws the ball up. Over now with it to Hall in the hands of Kuntz. Kuntz wants another three. Rims in and out. And Cash is going to get that over the back call. That's not over the back. I don't really know the official term for it, but he went high, got on the back of somebody else.
I think they call it displacement now. You can't displace somebody.
There we go. Thank you. Mark and I decided we're both old school and it's always going to be an over the back. Rainey with it on the far side. He tries to drive the baseline. Cut off by Kane. Kicks it out to Eskew. Eskew over in that far corner working against Kuntz. He takes it in the paint. Back out to Charlton from the block extended. He makes his way into the paint. Shots up. It's no good. Cash with the rebound. Cash kicks it to Kane. Kane to Hall. Hall puts on the brakes as he crosses the timeline. Brings it near side to Genowine. Genowine at the head of Clopton's bench. Now to Kuntz. Kuntz top of the key. Back near side to Kane again. Kane over to Hall. Over in the far wing now with it to Kuntz. Kuntz looking inside. Gets it to Cash. Cash takes it up off the glass. Contact's made, but Charlton comes away with the basketball.
Cash got it in a little too far underneath the basket there.
Charlton dishes it to Rainey. Rainey between the circles. Brings it to the near side by Coach Smith. Now skips back far side to Crumwoody. Crumwoody down low to Eskew. Eskew kicks it back out to Rainey. Rainey goes up. His shot's up and good. Neil Rainey with another two. And we're headed back the other direction. And Kane travels. Kane coming back in the basketball game for Cash. Grody coming in now for Charlton. Bowling Green will inbound it at the end of Clopton's bench. Eskew will feed it in to Gibson. 37-26 our score. 2:54 to go here in the third. Hawks on top as Eskew takes it with the left hand, dishes it down low, and it's tipped away. Coming away with it is Kuntz. Kuntz goes up, stops, pops for two. It's no good. Rainey with the rebound. Rainey feeds it out to Gibson. Gibson throws the pass up. Crumwoody with the long three, and it's good. Nate Crumwoody with the three. We got a timeout on the court. Coach Francis wants to talk to his players. We'll hear from some of our sponsors. 37-29 is our score. Hawks on top. 2:29 to go here in the third. You're listening to Montgomery County Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Miller Ag Services, Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and Southside.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank and Pike County Insurance.
Genowine with it now for the Hawks. He goes down low to Cash, goes out of bounds. And they said his last touch by Bowling Green. Starks going in now. 37-29, 2:13 to go here in the third. Starks coming in for Crumwoody. Kuntz to inbound the basketball for the Hawks as they all line up in a straight line. They get it into Hall. Hall right back to Kuntz in the near corner. At the end of Clopton's bench, back up to Hall. Hall looks back to Kuntz again. Lobs it down low to Cash. Cash in the short block in the paint. Kicks it back to Hall. Hall over to Haynes. Haynes now back to Hall. Kind of going around the arc here. Bowling Green doing a great job defensively of shutting them out even from behind that arc. Hall with it right now, working against Gibson inside to Cash. Cash working against Grody. They go up off the glass and good. So Cash with another two as Gibson comes back the other direction. 1:35 to go here in the third. Eskew with a long three off the back of the rim. With the rebound was now going to be Starks, and he's going to be fouled. That's going to go against Chase Hall, his third.
Looks like Cash and Jordan Genowine both had the ball there and kind of ripped it away from each other.
Yeah. And Charlton's going to return now for Grody. So Eskew will inbound the basketball along the baseline on the near side. It's a 10-point lead for the Hawks, 39-29, 127. Starks with it out front. And there's a offensive foul again. That'll be his third.
Foul on Starks.
As they all basically just got tripped up. They got tangled up and fell.
Kane Evans into the game.
Kane Evans returns for Haynes. As Chase Hall walks the ball up the court. He's picked up by Gibson. Takes it to the far wing. Over on the far side to Genowine. Genowine guarded by Starks. Finds Kane. Kane lobs it to Cash. Cash is going to be fouled.
Foul on Gibson.
So the foul on Gibson is his first.
Cash Evans.
Cash back at the free throw line. 1:09 to go here in the third. 39-29 our score. Cash at the charity stripe. He'll get two. Cash dribbles the basketball, spins it in his hand. Right hand free throw on the way. Rims in and out. No good. Coach Tony Francis being the ball boy, cleaning things up with his towel. And
He's a jack of all trades.
Don't lie. We all know there's a chance for him to talk to the official. As he dribbles the basketball once again, spins the ball in his hand. Shot on the way. Off the back of the rim and through the hoop. Makes it 40-29 with 1:08 to go here in the third. Hawks on top. Gibson with it on the far side. Gives it to Starks. Starks working against Genowine. And this time I think they're going to call it on Genowine. They do. And it's his second.
Call the block there.
So Eskew will inbound it along the baseline on the far side. 59 ticks to go in the third. Jace looks, feeds it right into Rainey, right back to Jace. Jace pulls up for the long shot. That's off the rim. Going high for the rebound is Genowine. Genowine throws it up, and gets in the hands of Kane. Kane works it into the front court, hands it to Kuntz. To Hall. Hall over to Genowine. Genowine looks, nothing there. Brings it back up top to Kuntz. Kuntz gives a fake, spins in the paint, out to Cash, over to Hall. Now to Genowine on the far wing. Up top to Kane. Kane's going to take it all the way in. He's in some trouble, and they're going to call a travel. We've got a timeout. Coach Craig Smith wants to talk to his players. We'll take a timeout as well. 28 ticks to go here in the third. Clopton leads Bowling Green 40-29. You're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Meyer Implement Company, Craig Bowen, CPA, and Kevin Hooper of Krause Real Estate.
Bowie General Services of Farber is ready to help you with all your lawn and landscaping needs. Or maybe you are needing firewood. They offer that as well. Bowie General Services is your reliable contractor in Audrain, Pike, and the surrounding counties.
Hi, this is Dalton Bowie. Give us a call today for a free quote on your next project or to schedule lawn maintenance. 573-470-5354. Or visit our Facebook page, Bowie General Services.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
40-29 is our score as the Hawks lead the Bobcats here. We are down to under a minute to go here. I think it's like under 30 seconds even.
I think there's about, 28.3.
28.3 seconds to here in the third. Not sure what that was, but okay. So it's going to be Bowling Green's basketball. And they get it in to Gibson. Gibson bringing it across the timeline. Over to the far wing. Top of the key. Now near side to Eskew. Tries to feed it inside to Charlton. He's going to be fouled.
I think they called the kick there, Marianne.
Oh, did they call a kick? Okay. So Eskew's going to inbound it in the middle of Bowling Green's bench now.
Oh, and another one.
And look at Mrs. Parker's hands. She's quick down there with that book. So, try it a third time. They get it into Charlton. Charlton moves around the paint. His shot's up. Nice reverse there by Charlton.
Good move there from Charlton.
Makes it 40-31. And there's a steal by Charlton. Works around Kuntz. Stops. Pops for a long three. And he gets it at the buzzer. Jackson Charlton with the tray at the buzzer. And after three, the Hawks lead by 6, 40-34. We've got your final quarter of action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar, LLC, MASH in Louisiana and Bowling Green, and Myrna's Kitchen.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know they never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at KJFM Radio and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
I believe that was Zach Gibson with a 2 on the inbounds for the Bobcats. So it's a 4-point game here, Zach.
Yeah, it just felt like about 15 seconds ago, really, the Hawks are up 13, and now that lead has shrunk to 4.
That's how quickly they can come back and narrow things down, the Bobcats can. Kane with it in the near corner with it to Hall. Hall finds Cash. Cash. And he's going to travel. Four-point game, 40-36. Gibson with the basketball. Works it, brings it near side to Eskew. Now in the near corner to Rainey. Rainey back to Gibson. To Starks, over the far side to Eskew. Eskew, a long 3 off the rim. And coming down with it is Kane. Kane gets it to Hall. Hall pushes it into the front court. Off to Kuntz. Kuntz looks for the screen. Goes down low to Cash. Cash across to Kane. And Starks goes high. He tries to block it and ends up coming down on Kane's back for the foul. You know, I really have to credit Bowling Green's defense here in that third quarter. They did a nice job of keeping only Clopton off the boards, but also did a good job of staying out of foul trouble.
Yeah, they stayed out of foul trouble, and they turned the Hawks over several times, even there at the end of the quarter and even at the beginning of this one. So definitely a great effort from them there in the third quarter.
So Kane back at the free throw line. First free throw shot up on the way is good. Crumwoody returns for Starks, who has 4. As Kane Evans gets ready for the next. 41-36 is our score. Free throw shot on the way is good. So it's back to a 6-point lead for the Hawks. They've led in this one as many as 11 or higher, actually. As Rainey takes it into the paint. Needs to create some space. Goes up over top of everybody. It's tipped around, comes back in the hands of Eskew. Eskew on the near side to Gibson. Gibson over the far wing to Crumwoody. Crumwoody brings it top of the key, finds Charlton, and Cash is going to get another one as he reached across the back of Charlton to tip it away and made contact.
Foul on Cash. Evans is third.
So Jace will now inbound the ball along the baseline on the near side. Eskew smacks the ball, tells his offense to move. They throw it up top to Gibson. Gibson working against Hall. Stops, pops. Shots off the back of the rim. Genowine goes tall for the rebound. Brings it up to Kuntz. Kuntz into the front court. Over the far side to Kane. Kane works around, passes down low to Cash. Cash shots blocked in there. And now Rainey with it. Throws it up to Eskew. Eskew works around. He goes to the hole. Shots up and good. Count the bucket and the foul for Jace Eskew.
Foul on Genowine. SU shooting 1.
Jordan Genowine's third. It's a 4-point game, 42-38. Eskew looking to make it the closest it's been in quite a while within 3 if he can drop this one. And I jinxed him.
But the Bobcats will retain possession on the out of bounds.
They will. Coach Francis says, we need a timeout, boys. We'll take one as well. 5:56 to go here in the ball game. Clopton leads Bowling Green 42-38. You're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kelly Crane, RE/MAX Realty Shop agent, Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. The crew and I at Mid-America are qualified to do everything from preventative maintenance to engine repair, state inspections, run diagnostics, and more. We also sell used vehicles. Check out our lot or visit our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com. Remember, if you find yourself stuck on the side of the road, just give us a call. We offer 24-hour towing and roadside assistance. Mid-America Auto and Towing, where quality work and customer service is our top priority. Just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
42-38 is our score here as we are in the final quarter of action at the Montgomery County Invitational Tournament Boys Consolation game. The Hawks are leading. They've led this entire game, but Bowling Green is definitely chipping away at this evening, Zach. And I tell you what, it's an impressive look for the Bobcats, who only have 7 players on their bench tonight.
Yes, an impressive effort here from the Bobcats tonight, and they're going to look to keep it going with about 6 minutes left to go.
Eskew gets it into Charlton. Charlton goes up, but he's denied by Cash. Ball comes down and in the hands of Genowine now for the Hawks. Cross timeline, brings it near side to Hall. Hall about midway through Clopton's bench, gets it to Kane, top of the key. Kane back to Genowine. Genowine takes it to the free throw line, into the paint, shots up and good. Jordan Genowine's a name that we hadn't said tonight for the scorebooks, and he's in there now.
Nice little floater there from him.
Gibson, who can drain a 3 out there, feeds it off to Crumwoody, now to Eskew. Eskew, he's going to look for his 3, and this one goes down.
Starting to feel it.
Jace Eskew brings him within 3, 44-41. 5:14 to go here in the ballgame. Kuntz with it. Now on the far side, hands it off to Kane. Kane working that wing inside to Cash. Cash back out to Hall. Hall brings it near side to Genowine. Genowine to Kuntz. Kuntz, who was hot in that first quarter, has been pretty quiet since. Genowine works. Now to Kane. Over far side to Hall again. Behind that arc. Inside to Cash. Cash in the paint. Tries to feed it to Kane. It's another turnover.
Turnovers killing the Hawks here in the second half.
And Bobcats are definitely taking advantage
Yes, they are.
Gibson comes back the other direction. Bobcats are heating up at the right time in this ball game as they're down by 3 with 4.5 to go in the ball game. Rainey brings it to the near corner. Gets it to Gibson. Gibson works it around to Rainey. Again, top the key on the far side. He's going to go all the way down, and he's going to travel. Rainey went to spin and just drug his foot for the turnover. So Cash will inbound to Hall as Hall is picked up by Gibson in the backcourt. Hall spins, brings it near side to Genowine. Genowine to Kane over on the far side to Kuntz. Kuntz to Cash. Cash in the near corner to Genowine. He wants a long 3 and he gets it. So Jordan Genowine with the tray.
He's starting to come alive.
Back to up by 6 now for the Hawks. 47-41, 3:50 to go here in the ball game. And there's a steal by Genowine. Bowling Green had really limited their turnovers throughout this basketball game, fairly impressively. And now here comes Kuntz, dishes it off, tries to get a little fancy there, and heads back the other way. Gibson gives a fake, and he's fouled at the line. And that's Genowine. That's his 4th.
He's got to be careful here with 3.5 minutes left to go.
So Zach Gibson's got his first trip to the free throw line, looking to get in double figures here in this one. Free throw shot up on the way is no good. See if he can knock down the next one. 47-41 is our score. 3.5 to go here in the third. Clopton still on top. I'm not sure what they're talking about. But the free throw's no good. Genowine with the rebound. Genowine picked up by Crumwoody behind his back, over to the far side, hands it off to Kane. Kane works it into the paint. His shot's up. Count the bucket and the foul. So Kane with another 2. Malik Marshall headed in. He's going to come in for Genowine. Stark's also going to return.
Good patience there from Kane, getting to the post and, pump fake and get the defenders up in the air and then ultimately making the layup.
It's one of those times when you go up in the air, you're going to draw the foul, so you might as well. So free throw shot on the way, off the back of the rim, and it's Rainey with the rebound. Rainey's done a nice job under the bucket tonight with those rebounds. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Gibson. Gibson works behind the arc, takes it into the paint at the free throw line. He spins. His little fadeaway, it's up and no good. Comes down the hands of Cash. Cash dishes it off to Hall. Hall finds some space with the help of Kane. Now brings it to from Cash, now to Kane, now to Cash again. Kuntz with it now. Looks for the screen from Cash at the free throw line. His shot's up and good. Coach Francis wants another timeout. 2:47, and it's a 10-point lead for the Hawks. With 2:47 to go in the game, you're listening to Montgomery County Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Central State Bank, Bill Allen Auction Services, and DG Firearms.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
So, Zach, as we were just complimenting Bowling Green's defense, all of a sudden the Hawks' offense starts to light up again a little bit.
All it takes is, a couple of runs like that back and forth. We saw Bowling Green cut the lead all the way down to 3, and now it's ballooned all the way back up to 10. You got to stop the momentum as best as you can if you're a team fighting a run like that.
Well, and the good news is there's still a little over 2 minutes to go, 2:47 to be exact, and it's still anybody's game at this point. Some players that are in a little bit of foul trouble out on there. Marcus Starks has 4. Jordan Genowine is 4, but is he still on the bench, or did he go back in? He's still on the bench. All right, so here come the Bobcats. Eskew inbounds to Gibson. Gibson back to Eskew. Eskew looks around, takes it back to Gibson again on the far side. Gibson works around that wing. He pulls up off the back of the rim, and good. Zach Gibson with another 2. He's in double figures for tonight. With it is Hall, getting some pressure from him in the back. Gibson in the back. And they're going to call Gibson. Only his second. Genowine returns. It is a team 6th. So, again, if that tells you how the Bobcats have been playing, this is only the 6th foul, and you got 2:20 to go here in the ball game. So they've done very well defensively as well. Hall works, brings it to the near side, works against Gibson, crosses over into the front court, gets to Kane on the far wing. Kane up top of the key, finds Genowine. Genowine working against Starks, near side to Hall. Hall down to Kane in the near corner. They work. Swings over the far side to Genowine, down low out to Kuntz. Kuntz to Hall, back between the circles. Near side to Kane. Kane works to Genowine. They're kind of just killing some clock right now, the Hawks are. They get down low to Cash, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Charlton.
Hawks keeping it out on the perimeter, not really taking any chances right now, just trying to kill some clock, like you said.
Crumwoody set to come back in the ball game. He's waiting to hear who he's coming in for. He's going to come in for Starks. Starks has 4 fouls, and you definitely want him in there in the last minute of the game. They don't want him to foul out ahead of time. They get it into Kane. Kane back out to Genowine. Genowine gives a fake, and he travels. So Starks comes back in now. I see we're going to have a little offense for defense here. Eskew will bring the ball in, gets it in to Gibson. Gibson brings it back to Eskew. Eskew guarded by Kuntz. Stops, pops for another 3, and it's money. Jace Eskew with another tray, and again, getting hot right when it counts. Here comes Genowine. Genowine works around the defense, gets it off to Kane over on the far side. 51-46 is our score, down to a minute 15. They want him to foul him. They get to Kuntz. Over the far side to Genowine. And again, we got Hall. And they're going to call the travel on Hall. And Coach Smith is telling them, well, we want you to foul them. We want to send them to the line. So
they got a bigger treat. They got a turnover.
Oh, wait, we got a timeout. Coach Smith wants to talk to his Bobcats once again. 1:05 to go in the ball game. 51-46 is our score. Clopton leads Bowling Green as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Custom Works Hair Salon, Lynn's Heritage House, and Clint Bowen Construction.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly.
For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
1:05 to go here in this ball game. Clopton on top, 51-46. It's Bowling Green's basketball. As Gibson gets it, crosses into the front court. Over to the far side, brings it back near side to Eskew. He wants another three. This one rims in and out. With it is Cash. Cash gets it to Genowine. And immediately Charlton runs over, places two hands on him, as that'll be, I believe, Charlton's first foul.
I believe you're right. That's kind of surprising to say, from a guy who plays down low, and they've been calling fouls like that all night, and that's just his first. Good on him.
Genowine heads to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. 53 ticks to go here in this ball game. Free throw shot on the way is good. Coach Smith wants to take another timeout. 52-46 is our score. We'll be back with the final ticks after this here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Alicia Koenig, owner-broker of RE/MAX Realty Shop, Sun Window Company, and Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Representative.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
52-46 is our score. Clopton leads this one over Bowling Green with under a minute to go. It's going to be Bowling Green's basketball, I believe, underneath. Yeah, 53 ticks to go. Bowling Green's basketball. Clopton looks, no, Jordan Genowine's at the free throw line, isn't he? I've already forgotten what was going on. Been a nice, fun game tonight between these two. Genowine at the free throw line for his second. Free throw shot on the way, and it's good. So Rainey with it, right back to Eskew. Eskew pushes it into the front court, working against Kuntz. Takes it to the far side. Everybody collides. Everybody gets up. We're all good at Charlton. About loses the basketball. Now he does, but Rainey's going to come back, and they're going to call a foul. And they call it on Kane.
Looks like that'll be his second on the night.
And it should send Neil Rainey to the free throw line. For a 1-and-1, it's the 9th team foul. We're down to 39 ticks. So Rainey spins the ball. Shot up and good. Neil brings it within 6. See if he can make it 5. He'll get the second, 53-47. It's off the mark. Chasing it down is Genowine. And they immediately fouling. And I believe that was Rainey that they'll tag that one on. That is, they hold up 33.
That is his fourth.
So far, no one's fouled out.
No one has fouled out.
With 37 ticks to go, that's pretty good. Free throw shot on the way is good. Genowine will get the second. 54-47. 37 ticks to go. And it's off the mark. With the rebound is Kuntz. Kuntz takes it back. His shot's up and good. So Starks takes it. He goes down flying. Fingertip rolls up and good. With it is Kane. Kane is immediately fouled by Eskew. Eskew only has 3. I'll send Kane back for still just a 1-and-1. That's just the 9th team foul.
His third.
We're down to 21.5 seconds to go.
Kane Evans shooting.
56-49 is our score. Kane at the free throw line once again. Dribbles with the right. Left-handed shot on the way is good. So is he right or left-handed?
He's ambidextrous.
I got one of those too. So dribbles with the right again, spins it in his hand, left-handed shot on the way, and it's good. So Charlton with the basketball. Makes it 58-49 to Rainey. Rainey works it around, kicks it out to Crumwoody. Up to Starks, he gives a head fake, he goes in, lays it off the glass once again. Coach Smith calls another timeout. We're gonna keep it right here, 58-51. And again, let's talk about games that took place earlier this evening. The Clopton Lady Hawks got the win, the Consolation Trophy over Mexico, 61-30. The Bowling Green Lady Bobcats got their first win of the season, and first win for new head coach Noah Pafford as they defeated Fulton 42-33. I don't know who won in the boys' 7th place game over there just yet. We'll see if we can get that a little bit later for you. But right now, Clopton is beating Bowling Green 58-51, and I think you could almost call this one a nail-biter.
Yeah. The scores, the difference right now on the scoreboard is 7, but it's felt like a 1 or 2 point game the whole time.
And really, it's come down to free throws.
Yeah.
Marcus Starks come off the bench. He's had a couple nice fingertip rolls in the paint to get them where they are, get this close. So
at this point for the Hawks, you just got to make your free throws.
Make free throws and kill clock where you can.
Not much clock left.
There's not. So.
Yep, just under 10 seconds left.
So Cash will have it. Everybody's in the front court. Cash Evans will throw it in. Gets it into Kane. Kane gets it in front court, and they immediately fouling. And that's Jackson Charlton's second. And with 5.4 seconds, as much as I appreciate what they're trying to do here, it's a little too late at this point. All right, so it's Chase Hall is up and good.
The former Elks free throw shooting champion comes to the line.
Okay, so I'm going to let you do that, Jinx, because when I do it with Shannon Yates, it gets me every time. And Zach apparently has the magic touch. So 60-51 with 5 seconds left. They haven't started the clock, and they're just going to dribble this one out, and that's how this one's going to end. Clopton defeats Bowling Green for the Consolation Trophy, 60-51. We've got your postgame show next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a Taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A Taste of Philly, Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, We strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Becky Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
So it's the Clopton Hawks getting the win over the Bowling Green Bobcats in this consolation matchup tonight, 60-51. We've talked about it throughout the week most of the time that Adam Falloon, the athletic director here, expressed his appreciation to Bowling Green and coming over here and participating, even though they didn't have their full teams. And after the game, he did that publicly with all the Bowling Green fans here. Congratulated the Bobcats, obviously, on their nice football season. Told them how much he appreciated them coming over and putting a team in this tournament and how much the tournament appreciated it as a whole, everybody who participated. So nice, classy move there by Adam Falloon. Not that we expected any less at this point. So, again, the Clopton boys and girls go home with some hardware as they get the consolation trophy over Bowling Green, 60-51. When Zach gets back up here, we'll talk a little bit about it. So I'm going to run down some scoring. Leading all scorers tonight was Tyler Kuntz. He had 22 points on the night. Cash Evans had 13. Kane Evans with 12. Jordan Genowine with 5. And Jordan Genowine with 8. And Chase Hall with 5. So Tyler Kuntz got 16 of those 22 points in the first quarter, Zach. And we talked about that they kind of shut him down from basically after that.
Yeah, he was really quiet through those middle two quarters, but was able to come alive there in the fourth. In the clutch, really. That's one of the guys they look to, and he did a good job coming up big there in the fourth quarter, scoring, I think, 6 or 7 points?
He had 6 in the second half, yep. So for Bowling Green, Marcus Starks and Jace Eskew each knocked down 11. Zach Gibson had 12 on the night. Jackson Charlton with 9. And Neil Rainey and Nate Crumwoody each with 3. And I tell you what, Jace Eskew came on late when it counted as well.
Jace Eskew came alive there in the second half, really. Knocked down a few threes and a good contribution from Zach Gibson, the point guard there. Hit a couple big shots there, and really impressed with his effort tonight.
I was just talking a little bit before you got back up here about, what a good game this really was. The score may not really reflect the 9-point lead. It got within 3, I think, is the closest it got. Bowling Green really battled hard and really defensively. Very impressed. Nobody fouled out. Yeah, that's really impressive when you only got 7 guys deep and kind of a game plan where you're just throwing them into the fire and say, let's see what happens, But great effort from the Bowling Green Bobcats tonight. Unfortunately, they didn't win, but that's going to be a battle that we see later next year, or this year, I apologize. Well, technically you are right. In 2023 is when we're going to see it.
Yeah, but tonight was a good taster, and it had that feeling of a really big rivalry. A lot of energy coming from both teams, and this is a matchup that I can't wait to see coming early or late January, early February. Oh, absolutely. I'm with you right there. You're probably going to see each other again in the Bowling Green tournament. They won't see each other before that, I don't think, because I think they played the last game of the season are pretty close to it. So either way, it's going to be a completely different game, and it'll be exciting. Let's take a break here on the postgame show. We'll be back, wrap things up here from the Montgomery County Invitational Tournament. You're listening to High School Basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Miller Ag Services, Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Hayden's Motorsports Center, and Southside.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Kearns Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction Company go to work for you.
Northeast Missouri Title Company is proud to serve Louisiana and the surrounding areas. They also believe, much like the area athletes, hard work and dedication are what lead to a winning team. Northeast Missouri Title Company wishes all area athletes the very best this season and hopes to see everyone out supporting their favorite teams with excitement and good sportsmanship. Northeast Missouri Title Company at 4th and Tennessee Streets in Louisiana.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
So, Zach, we had several good games this evening. The Clopton Lady Hawks got their championship trophy earlier in the night after defeating Mexico. The Bowling Green Lady Bobcats picked up their first win of the season after defeating Fulton. And then the game we just had here this evening as Clopton boys defeated the Bowling Green boys in a nice, fun game to round out the week for us. So, any final thoughts on the games from this week?
Nope, just happy we're back in the full swing of basketball season.
You got to hear it. I told the listeners just a little while. Montgomery County tournament action on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.